British right-wing leader Nigel Farage has resigned, triggering a by-election which he says he'll contest. He denies any wrongdoing amid allegations he had not properly declared financial support from a long-term ally. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has dismissed the move as a stunt.
Politics should be about improving the lives of millions of people, not about personal gain, not about hiding dodgy donations. And I think the public will see this for exactly what it is.
The latest data shows credit card debt is costing Australians $10 million in interest every day. CanStar analysis of RBA figures shows total credit card debt rose $61 million in May to $19.4 billion. Prince Harry and 6 other claimants have lost a £50 million court case against the publisher of the Daily Mail. The UK High Court has dismissed allegations the publisher violated their privacy by tapping their phones. Royal commentator Cameron Walker says it's a devastating blow for the Prince.
Prince Harry's well used to a media storm. Clearly he will be incredibly disappointed. In fact, I think he's going to be more than disappointed. He'll probably be quite angry that he's lost this case.
And the 2026 Sala Festival is only a few weeks away and the wraps have come off the program. This year's festival will feature more than 10,000 artists presenting more than 700 exhibitions and events across South Australia. It runs from the 1st to the 31st of August. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
And it's Good Morning, Corey Norris.
Good morning, Kate. Crows forward Riley Fulthorpe will be put to the test at training tonight, out to prove he's recovered from a bout of illness that forced him out of last Friday's clash in Perth. Gold Coast forward Ben Long's 2-game ban for his ugly hit on Collingwood's Braden Maynard has been reduced to 1 match by the AFL Tribunal. All 18 clubs will wear black armbands this weekend to pay tribute to local Victorian footballer Nathan Fitzgerald, who died in hospital after he sustained head knocks while playing in Melbourne's North on Saturday. Heartbreak for Egypt at the World Cup as Argentina scored 3 late goals to secure a 3-2 win and lock in a place in the quarterfinals. Switzerland and Colombia are 0-0 in their first half of their match underway. Coco Gauff and Yannick Sinner have advanced to the Wimbledon semis. Craig Gabriel reports.
Coco Gauff was the first player into the semis, and for the American, it's the first time she's made the semis at Wimbledon. Incredibly, it was 7 years ago that she made her splash on the centre court when she beat Venus Williams. Gauff defeated friend and sometime doubles partner Jessica Pegula 4-6, 6-3, 6-3. Soon after Yannick Sinner reached the semis, he defeated Jan-Lennard Struff and said this was a tough match despite it being straight sets. 7-5, 7-6, 6-3.
And Novak Djokovic is currently 2 sets to 1 up in his quarterfinal clash with Felix Auger-Aliassime. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Corey. Now to the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees. Mostly sunny on Thursday, also 17, and becoming cloudy on Friday. And showers return for the weekend. 15 the top on Saturday and on Sunday. And right now it's 11 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Your hot water system could go at any time. So if yours is getting on, don't get caught out. Now is the best time to ask the gas shop Unley about their unbeatable price on a fully fitted Rehn continuous flow hot water system. It's instant, so you're not wasting money heating a tank of water all day to feed your home. The gas shop has fitters standing by, ready to install your new Rehn continuous flow system at a price you'll find hard to ignore. Make the switch with the gas shop Unley, thegasshop.com.au.
There are many reasons why Steinborner Automotive is well worth a trip. With over 400 cars in stock across 10 yards in Gawler, Barossa and Clare, including Steinborner Ford in Clare with a great selection of the best value new, demo and low kilometre Ranger, Everest and Mustang. Along with outstanding service from our award-winning staff, you know it's well worth the trip to Steinborner Ford. View our whole range of Ford at steinborner.com.au.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Looking to hire people who can genuinely add value to your business? At Hunter Careers, you'll work directly with an experienced recruiter with deep Adelaide market knowledge and strong connections. No handballing, no junior recruiters. Just sound advice and a focus on long-term fit. Because some people fill a role, others lift the standard. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
Is your outdoor area living up to its potential? If not, speak to Luba House and transform your outdoor area with an opening and closing roof that's ready for next summer. An SA family-owned business, Luba House do everything. Planning, design, council approvals, local manufacturing and installation, so you'll have peace of mind it's done right. Don't wait any longer. Find out more with a free design, measure and quote. Bring your outdoor area to life with Luba House. lubahouse.com.au.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
Yes, good morning and welcome to 5AA Breakfast. It is coming up to 9 minutes past 6 o'clock on this Wednesday, July the 8th. It is great to be with you. We're going to be through until 9 o'clock this morning and a massive show coming up on 5AA Breakfast. We'll talk some World Cup in a moment or so. Well, the latest in sport, plenty happening there. A business was firebombed early yesterday morning. We're going to talk to the owner of that. Happened in Beulah Park, which was a bit disturbing. Latest in weather and also crime with South Australian Police. And we'll also talk top 7 in before 7 o'clock. And there is a very special topic coming up this morning. And the man who's going to be doing it is joining me for the next couple of days on 5AA Breakfast. Ned McHenry, good morning.
Tommy Wren, good morning to you. Good morning to everyone out there as well. Nice gusto in the intro. Aren't you just everywhere at the moment, Rennie? Just everywhere.
Well, jack of all trades, master of none.
You are.
It is great to be here, Ned, and we've got a big few hours coming up too, don't we?
Massive few hours. A good, well-rounded show. We love everyone's input too. So 8223 0000, obviously, to get in touch. Anything that's on your mind, we'd love to chat through this morning. But the first thing is the World Cup, isn't it, Rennie? I mean, you've been excited about it for months in the lead up, but we are well and truly in the mix of it now.
It's so good. And, I mean, for people waking up from overnight wondering what's happened, Argentina has beaten Egypt. Now, on the face of it, that's not that surprising, but it was one hell of a game. They were 2-0 down. Egypt were playing out of their skin, just unbelievable. And then after 79 minutes, or in the 79th minute, Argentina pulled one back. Then they scored again in the 83rd minute. Guess who? Lionel Messi. And then in the 92nd minute, Mo Salah got taken down in the penalty box. Huge cry for a penalty. Referee waved it on, said no penalty, literally in the same play. Argentina sweep the ball down the opposite end of the field, score the winner, game over. They win 3-2 through to the quarterfinals. And, of course, this is the problem now, Ned. All the people that have seen what's happened unfold with Donald Trump and with FIFA and that red card the suspension being overturned for the American player, Balogun, now everyone's saying it's corrupt. He wants Argentina to go through. It's all a joke. And so, anyway, you're always going to get this, but Argentina, amazing drama. There's nothing quite like a World Cup game and two sides going at it. I don't think anything in world sport matches the intensity, the colour, the excitement and the drama and then the heartbreak of seeing a match like that unfold.
Well, Donald Trump's attitude towards all of that just added a whole nother layer to the World Cup, didn't it? A global layer, and keen to discuss that with our listeners too. Is Lionel Messi the biggest sporting star in the world, Rennie, now?
I think so. I think he's probably got the biggest global reach. He's the most sort of recognisable name, the GOAT of his sport. Cristiano Ronaldo's amazing, incredible player. But I think now, given what Messi's done at World Cups, it just puts him that little bit above. It just elevates him.
Did you see him walking out of that restaurant? Did you see any of that footage?
That.
Oh, the footage, Rennie, was remarkable. He was walking out of a restaurant. He obviously went for lunch or dinner or something with his family. He's escorted by 4 or 5 bodyguards, as you could imagine he would be. But just the fandom, like the amount of people surrounding the restaurant and the atmosphere and the noise and the celebration towards him. I mean, imagine living that lifestyle.
It's incredible, isn't it? And he doesn't know any different now, but he seems to have stayed reasonably humble. It would be difficult, though, wouldn't it? You literally can't go anywhere without people just mobbing you wherever you go.
Oh, it was extraordinary footage. Extraordinary.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about this morning, Ned, as we get into it, Taylor Swift obviously had this huge wedding. I think 1,000-odd people, Madison Square Garden. They spent $30-odd million hosting it, and, it was the event that basically stopped New York. Now, more details are coming to light, as you would expect. Incredible, lavish, all of that. Amazing time. The guest list was incredible. I think they had Paul McCartney singing a song, a Beatles song, while he was there, which is unreal. But then, what song did she walk down the aisle to? Well, it turns out, I think it was this one. Taylor Swift. So Taylor Swift has walked down the aisle to her own song.
She's in love with someone, Rennie, and it's not Travis. She's in love with herself. I mean, what a clown. There's no money, there's no jars of honey in the world you could give me to go to that wedding, Rennie. What a joke. Could you imagine walking down the aisle to your own tune?
That's unreal, isn't it?
It's like you walking down the aisle to FIVEAA breakfast with Tom Rehn. I mean, Sarah would be horrified.
I should have done that. Yeah. Actually, it's got us thinking as well this morning, what song would you walk down? No, what's your first dance song? So this was ours. This was Sarah and our first song.
Brilliant.
I'll play it to you now. See if you can guess the title. I'll tell you a little story. So on the day of the wedding, Andrew Hayes, who works downstairs, works on Nova, great man, he was playing and very talented musician, but his offsider got really crook, couldn't join him, and he couldn't play that song on his own. So we ended up having to dance to something else, even though we practiced. I've got 2 left feet, cannot dance.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of a disaster, but it was fine. It was all part of the theatre, but that was our song. But we got thinking, folks, we've got Beer and Barbecue Fest tickets to offer up this morning. We want your calls, 8223 0000. What is the ideal first dance song at a wedding? And this is off the back of Taylor Swift playing her own song at her wedding.
And it can't be your own tune, folks. Something you've written yourself and performed yourself. Can we lean into the... I mean, Rennie, looking forward to everyone's calls. We'll get to those and get those in. But what does the conversation look like between her and Travis? I mean, does she sit down and suggest she wants her own song, or does Travis kind of say, "Look, Dale, you've done a fabulous job in your music career. Let's go one further and have it there"? I mean, are people sick of her own music when they're at the event? I mean, they've probably listened to her in the lead up. How does that conversation work between her and Travis as they decide what the song is?
It's a great question. I would say most people normally wouldn't ever play their own music, but I guess if you're Taylor Swift, because she's Taylor Swift, I mean, you talked about Lionel Messi, the most recognisable sports star. I think she's probably the most recognisable name, full stop, in the world. That said, if it was me, I'd be like, babe, let's choose another song. Don't you think? Like, let's go with something else.
You'd put your foot down like that?
Yeah, come on.
Do you think it's her driving it, or do you think it's him driving it?
I don't know. There's probably the whole PR machine behind it.
She is a star, though.
It's unreal. And I actually really like. I don't love all of her music. I don't listen to it like a lot of people do. And she's great, talented, all of it. I get it. She works hard, but that song I do really like. They played that song in the show The Bear, which is the Chicago restaurant show. I really enjoy that show. Anyway, that particular song features heavily in one episode, which was a cracker.
Yep.
It was an absolute banger. So I really like that song, and it's actually on my rotation in the car. So I quite like that song.
Oh, well done. I'm sorry for being overly critical. Well, Swifties, give us a call. What is it about? What is it about Swiftie? I've got no idea what's going on with Taylor Swift, but I'd love everyone's input. And what would be your wedding song?
Yes, what's your wedding song? And it can be the one that you had at your own wedding, or it can be one that you would like to have played, ideally like to have. So 8223 0000. Otherwise, send us a text 0448 08 1395. Ned, have you got one?
Yes, I do. All For You, Cold Chisel, a bit of an Australian classic.
I like it.
All For You. Yeah, I love Cold Chisel.
Bit of Cold Chisel.
I think that one would be great. Can I just add one more layer
of course you
onto
can.
that caller, please? Because I'm excited about this. Any stuff-ups Any wedding stuff-ups? I mean, your story off the back of Hazy getting crook, I think's a ripper.
Yes.
Has anyone got any complexity involved with a wedding that they've had or been to? Has anything happened? Has a groom gotten sick or as a bride?
Yeah.
Has something happened like that? I think wedding stories, it's such a big day, isn't it? And the big event. Does anyone have a story about something unique that happened on a wedding day?
That's a really good point because you're right. Weddings are amazing, but it takes so long to prepare them. Sometimes it takes up to 12 months to prepare, and then it's over. In, as you know, 4 or 5 hours, it's done.
Yeah.
And so it's all the build-up and all the malarkey that goes with it. But, often things can, change on the day. So we'd love to hear those stories. Let's go to William at Mansfield Park, who wants to have a chat. Good morning, William.
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Ned. How are we, fellas?
Hello, William.
Very, very well, thank you.
Very good.
First of all, I've got my tickets to the Beer and Barbecue Festival already, so I'll be looking forward to that Friday. Absolutely.
Good.
Second of all, I remember when Taylor Swift brought that song out, the one that she had gone down the aisle with.
Yes.
And please, I would love for the listeners to correct me if I'm wrong, or even you guys. I think she wrote that song about one of her exes.
Oh, no.
Is that right?
I'm pretty sure because I remember I was like 16 years old when that song came out. And I remember her singing that song to a guy.
Well, William, Ali on the text line would speak completely differently. She says, hang on, are you guys for real? Now, I suspect Ali's a bit of a Swiftie, which I love. That's the only song she could have walked down the aisle to, and Travis loves that song. It was perfect. If I wrote that song, I would probs walk down the aisle to it too. So Ali's all over it, William.
Yeah, I just find it a bit weird, but that's all good.
No, well, William, and I think you're spot on. Give us a call, folks. We want more of your calls. 8223 0000 is the number. We've got this Beer and Barbecue Fest double pass to give away. That's on Friday. It's the 10th of July. You'll get tickets for you and a mate to our VIP area. We're going to chuck in some beers and delicious barbecue food in there for you as well. I think he's right too, William, by the way, Ned. Taylor Swift's love story, it's not about one specific celebrity, but instead inspired by a real-life crush when she was 17.
Oh, for goodness
sake. So that's 20-odd years ago.
No, seriously, you cannot even script this stuff. I mean, what is going on? We've got China launching missiles. We've got Swifties singing Swiftie at her own wedding. It's just ridiculous, Rennie.
It's all happening. We are up and about. We're going to take a break. We're back with plenty more here on 5AA Breakfast. It is coming up to 20 minutes past 6 o'clock.
A full bottle of LPG? That's useful. 2 bottles? Even more useful. Your first 2 bottles of LPG for $79 each with delivery from Origin? That's all kinds of useful. Sign up by 30 September, only in selected areas. Equipment fee and T's and C's apply.
G'day, Rowie and Timmy G here. Now, we cover all the latest in sport on the 5AA Sports Show podcast. Find it on the 5AA Player app.
There's one hybrid with an engine so smooth, you could play a vinyl record on top of it. In fact, that's what you're listening to right now. This record is being played smoothly on top of a Honda CR-V without skipping a beat. And if you think that's smooth, visit Formula Honda now and make the Honda CR-V yours from just $49,900 with 5 years free servicing. The new Honda Hybrid CR-V from Formula Honda. Smooth sailing. T's and C's apply.
Paris Scarf Big Stocktake Sale is on now. Refresh your bedroom with 50% off a huge range of full-price quilts and toppers, plus 50% off a huge range of full-price electric blankets. Sale ends soon. See conditions online. Paris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
Now, Ned, the story of Graham and his many years in the building and construction industry by CLK Legal.
Yeah, Rennie, Graham worked hard all of his life, and although he never had a specific injury at work, the many years of hard labour and using heavy machinery tools took its toll on Graham, with knee, hip and back injuries, including some hearing loss.
Now, CLK Legal were able to assist Graham in a successful claim for weekly income payments and, additionally, lump sum compensation. CLK Legal also set Graham on a new career path with training and rehabilitation, all covered under his claim.
Yeah, so if you've been injured at work, either from a workplace incident or from work duties over many years, visit clklegal.com.au and see what you're entitled to. That's clklegal.com.au, experts in personal injury law.
Gentlemen, is your need to peel a time getting in the way of your social life? Caruso's Piles to the rescue. Caruso's Piles contains Schisandra chinensis, a fruit extract traditionally used in Chinese medicine to relieve urinary frequency, plus zinc to support prostate health. So, if your need to peel a time is getting in the way of your social life, try Caruso's Piles today. Caruso's Piles comes with a money-back guarantee and is available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
What makes Ray White the big name in business broking? They're people, like multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year, Brett Buckley, and his team of business professionals. They take a deep dive into your business, finding value and potential, and they know what they're looking for because they know businesses. They're not real estate salespeople trying to sell businesses, they're business people selling businesses. If you want to know what your business is worth, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Multiple Business Broker of the Year awards.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube. Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
Yeah, we're up and going here on 5AA Breakfast. It's 23 minutes past 6 o'clock and we are asking for your wedding day stories. We would love to hear them. 8223 0000 is the number. We're giving away a Beer and Barbecue Fest double pass for Friday. You're going to be into the VIP area. This is off the back of Taylor Swift's wedding. She walked down the aisle to her own song, so we'd love to get your thoughts. The other thing we've been talking about early on in breakfast this morning is the World Cup. So much excitement. Argentina, incredible 3-2 win overnight against Egypt. And right now, Colombia playing against Switzerland. It's 0-0, Ned, at halftime. But there is so much excitement for Colombian fans, and we have got a big supporter on the line with us, Mary Avila, who's the Ponderosa co-founder. She's down at Plant 4 at the moment with the Colombian community watching. Mary, good morning to you. Set the scene for us. What's it like?
Hello, good morning. So big, so happy here. People are so excited. As Colombians, we love football, soccer, so it's like a big event for us every World Cup.
Mary, brilliant. The energy there sounds fantastic. What's on the menu? What do you drink? What do you eat? How do you celebrate?
Colombians, we always celebrate around food and drink. So we here at Plan 4, we have basically a menu full with some of our traditional dishes, empanadas, arepas.
Yeah.
Pan de bonos is where we normally eat the most for celebrations like this.
Fantastic. And for a bogan Australian, Mary, who's not very cultured, what are some of the other celebrations in and around Colombian kind of culture? If you are to win today, what does it look like? What's the energy like? Is there dancing? Is there celebration?
People is ready to party.
Yeah.
we always want to party. So if Colombia wins, hopefully, we're going to have a big party after this. So most of the Colombians are asking for a day off at work or taking just a few hours off to be ready to celebrate.
And how many people are there today, Mary? How many people are watching the game?
I think we are around 200 plus, or 250 plus.
Wow.
Today.
Wow.
Yeah. We didn't expect many people because it was really early in the morning, but we had 500 plus during the last two games.
Fantastic. And Mary, tell us about your business. What's Ponderosa all about?
We are a traditional Colombian food business. We started with David, my husband, and I. We started this business 4 years ago. We just wanted to bring a little bit of Colombia to Adelaide. We had a really great time, and we have built a really nice community around us. Not just Colombians, we feel really welcome from Australians as well who have been trying our product, and it's so great to see how Colombian culture is every day more known in the city.
Mary, that's fantastic. If you do win, please give us a call amid all the celebrations. We'd love to hear back from you halfway through the party.
Yeah, of course. Definitely. Please just send us the best energy. We are all waiting to win today. And let's wait and see what happens.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. Well, it's 0-0 at the moment, but they're a very good team, Colombia, so they're a huge chance. in the second half. Tense times. We'll keep you up to date with that. Thank you so much, Mary Ponderosa, co-founder down at Plant 4 with the Colombian community. 250-odd people there.
Sensational.
It's a great crowd. And they do have huge energy. They're dancing and singing and drinking and having a great time.
I'm jealous, Rennie.
That's what it's all about. I know. It'd be nice if we could get into that kind of vibe. We might do that anyway.
Yeah.
Just you and I.
Oh, more than happy to, Rennie. Brilliant.
Let's talk some wedding day stories, shall we? We'll head out to Andy at Henley Beach. Good morning, Andy.
Morning, lads. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about you?
Good. On my way to work. Right, picture the scene. October, Glasgow, nearing winter, cold. You're getting it, aren't you? You're getting it.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
Okay. We went pre-wedding, went and visited the minister, who was a blind chap. We walked into his office. He's asking, what date and what time are you getting married? We told him October 10, 3 o'clock. He reached behind him on his big bookshelf, brought down a massive big Braille book, went through the dates and the times. His fingers are flitting across the pages. He said, yeah, the weather should be fine. We were just looking at each other going, really? Okay. The wedding day came, pissing the rain, dull, grey, cloudy. I went into the church, waited for my bride to come down. As soon as she came down to the altar, the whole church lit up with sunlight through the stained glass windows.
Oh, wow.
Right on cue. And that was 40 years ago in October.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Are you kidding me? That's unbelievable.
I know it's hard to believe it's 40 years. I tell myself that as well, but there you go.
So honestly, the weather and the heavens kind of opened up and the church just lit up at that precise moment, Andy.
Scarily, yes. We just looked at each other and the whole room just lit up. At 3 o'clock we get married. She came down the aisle and stood there. Before he started talking, the sunlight just streamed in.
Very special, mate. I'm sure you hold that memory very dearly.
Yeah, I still can't remember the song.
Well, wouldn't have been Love Story by Taylor Swift. Yeah. I don't think it'd come out, but I'm sure it was amazing.
So on October 10, it'll be 40 years.
Oh. Wow, congratulations, Andy. That's a great effort. Drive safe.
Thank you. We met when we were 14.
Oh, 14? Wow. High school sweethearts.
Thank you.
Unbelievable. What a great story.
Great call, Andy. Yeah, get those in, folks. 8223 What would be your wedding song, or what was your wedding song, or any funny wedding stories? Did something happen at a wedding that you were at, or perhaps even your own wedding? Would love to know.
Love that. Okay, time to talk some more sport, all thanks to Agostino Mitsubishi. Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. You can drive away from just $39,990. Corey Norris, can you remember what song did you first dance to at your wedding with the lovely Paula?
Yes, Latch by Sam Smith.
Oh, Latch by Sam Smith,
nice.
Yeah.
And the Disclosure version kicked in halfway through, which was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, that's good.
I thought you were going to say the Spotify ads or something. Came in halfway through. I was going to say, come on, Corey.
Now, Corey, plenty happening in the sporting world.
Yeah, absolutely, Rennie. You were talking about the World Cup earlier. How about that game between Egypt and Argentina? Leo Messi, the star in the second half, but Egypt, they were just on fire in that first half. They were 2-0 up, but for Argentina to come back, just a remarkable effort. And Leo Messi, once again, the star.
Unbelievable. So they win that 3-2. So they are through to the quarterfinals, which is great. And the final round of 16 match right now between Switzerland and Colombia. And Corey, we were working across the road yesterday. Great news with Tony Modra being released from hospital, which was really nice to see.
Oh, wasn't that fantastic? And he released a statement to say that he's, I guess, on the mend and recovering at home. But it's a long road to recovery for Tony Modra now. But very thankful for the first responders and the members of the public that stopped to give him some help before the first responders took over.
And Wimbledon, it's sort of gone under the radar a little bit this week, hasn't it, with everything else happening, but starting to get to the pointy end. And my goodness, if Novak Djokovic can get through this match, he's only 2 wins away from another slam.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's at in that fifth set, but it has been pushed out to a fifth set. So that's great news for Novak Djokovic because he likes the fifth setters. He usually prevails. So Felix Auger-Aliassime putting up a good fight.
1-1 in that fifth set. So on serve at the moment. Corey, great work. We'll let you get back to the newsroom.
Thanks, guys.
Great
Cheers.
stuff. All thanks to Agostino Mitsubishi. Time for a short break. We're going to head over to the newsroom. Kate Collins has got all of that. Corey Norris with the sport. We'll be back with plenty more on 5AA Breakfast.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees in Adelaide with 6:30 News. Good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
The X in Physio Extra stands for extra time, extra care, extra convenience to treat those niggling injuries. 6 locations. physioextra.com.
Ramping is back in the spotlight, with the government claiming a small victory in the reduction of ramping hours compared to the same time last year. But Shadow Minister for Health and Wellbeing Jack Batty says patients and paramedics spent almost 4,800 hours on the ramp in June, our second worst June on record.
Well, they're celebrating a tiny improvement on their own worst ever result, which is a little bit like wanting credit for tossing half a glass of water on a fire that you started that's still burning.
US President Donald Trump has arrived in Turkey for a key NATO meeting. Nine's Europe correspondent Josh Bavis reports from Ankara.
Presidents and prime ministers from NATO countries are here in Ankara to show Donald Trump they are increasing defence budgets to at least 5% of GDP across the next decade. At this meeting, tens of billions of defence contracts are being revealed. Leaders have been worried the rift with Donald Trump could widen if they don't show they're at least listening to his warning to expand defence capabilities. The US president arrived a few hours ago and has done nothing but heap praise on President Erdogan of Turkey. President Trump has opened the door to providing Turkey with American F-35 jets, which he previously ruled out in his last term. In Ankara, Josh Bavis.
The Prime Minister will meet his Tongan, Samoan and Papua New Guinea counterparts in Brisbane today. The group will discuss regional security, trade and economic growth, while the Australia-PNG military treaty will be officially activated. The leaders will also allocate around $200 million to Pacific Junior Rugby League and attend the State of Origin decider. Personal credit card debt in Australia has reached $19.4 billion. Sarah Vederson reports.
CanStar analysis of RBA data shows consumers ramped up their credit card spending in May, putting an extra $1.1 billion on their cards in just 1 month. Total credit card debt accruing interest rose by $61 million to hit $19.4 billion, just the second rise this year. Collectively, Australians are now paying around $10 million a day in credit card interest. CanStar's Sally Tyndall says the figures are a reminder many households are still struggling to clear their card balance in full. Sarah Wiedersane reporting.
One of our most decorated South Australian police horses will be cloned by a Sydney equine breeding business. Vulcan died last year at the age of 23, with vets collecting a tissue sample following his death. The genetic material is now being turned into an embryo. And despite the ongoing war in Ukraine, Russia is set to be reinstated for the 2028 LA Olympics. The IOC says it doesn't want to hold athletes accountable for the actions of their governments. President Christy Coventry says the timing is because of qualifying events starting for the Games.
To ensure all athletes have the possibility to compete at the Olympic Games and not be held responsible for their government's actions. But we've also been very clear that we do not condone any violence and war around the world.
And now turning to 5AA Sport.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
And it's Good Morning, Corey Norris.
Good morning, Kate. Argentina are through to the World Cup quarterfinals after coming from 2 down to beat Egypt 3-2. Lionel Messi equalised in the 83rd minute before the defending champion secured a win in the 93rd minute.
Red shirts racing back as fast as they can! Oh, my word! I've seen it all now! Enzo Fernandez for Argentina!
Yeah, the commentary from SBS. Switzerland and Colombia are currently locked at 0-0 at halftime of their round of 16 clash. At Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic's quarterfinal battle with Felix Auger-Aliassime has been pushed to a 5th set. Coco Gauff has reached the semi-finals for the first time with a 3-set win over Jessica Pegula. She'll face Karolina Mukova, who ended Naomi Osaka's run. And three Crows will be hoping to return to the side for Saturday night's clash against Gold Coast. Riley Thilthorpe, Wayne Miller and Luke Pedler will all be put to the test at training tonight. Cal Archie is expected to return from his latest hamstring concern via the Sandful. And the AFL has reportedly ruled out any chance of an in-season tournament after it was presented to chief executives in recent weeks. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Corey. Now to the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees. Much the same for the next couple of days. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 17. Becoming cloudy on Friday, also 17. Showers returning for the weekend, 15. The top for Saturday and Sunday. And right now it's 11 degrees on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Now you can RAV4 like never before with the all-new RAV4. Pre-order now at Jarvis Toyota Somerton Park. The all-new RAV4 is packed with updates to make every drive smoother, smarter and more adventurous. Plus, every new RAV4 comes standard with capped price servicing. Some conditions apply. Come and experience the all-new RAV4 difference and take a test drive today at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Build like a brick house. Basic Trailers make quality trailers of all sizes here in Adelaide. Made with Australian steel, you get 12 months warranty and factory direct pricing across SA. Visit basictrailers.com.au. Basic Trailers. Basically better.
Now, Ned, I've got some really good news for you because you don't need to travel overseas to see some of the biggest names in modern art this winter. We're talking about being cultured. This is the best way to do it. Monet to Matisse is the defying tradition. It's a major new exhibition and it's exclusive to the Art Gallery of South Australia, featuring works by Monet, Matisse, Van Gogh, Picasso, Renoir and more.
Sounds brilliant, Rennie. This exhibition, it sounds like a rare opportunity to see world-renowned collections. It brings iconic masterworks to Adelaide and showing how artists over the last century broke away from old traditions and helped shape the art we know today.
Monet to Matisse, Defying Tradition opens this Saturday and runs until the 8th of November, and that's at the Art Gallery of South Australia. You just have to go and check it out. Book timed or flexi tickets now at agsa.gov.au. That website again, agsa.sa.gov.au.
Treat your family and friends to something a little fancy from FIVEAA, your family liquor stores. If you relish your winter reds and you like them full-bodied, we have SA-made Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon and Malbec for you. A great way to warm up is with a dram of whiskey, and we have many great Australian distilleries with their own distinct flavours. Beer tastes change too, but you're covered with local craft stouts and porters. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 50 years. Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Ned McHenry.
It is 21 minutes to 7 o'clock. Ned McHenry and Tom Wren through until 9 this morning. We'll be on again tomorrow together. Now, Ned, this one relates to you. We're going to get to some calls in a moment because we're getting plenty of stories about what happened on wedding days, first dance songs, etc. And that's off the back of Taylor Swift and what she did at her wedding, walking down the aisle to Love Story, which is a song written and sung by her.
Extraordinary.
But this one pertains to you because you're a Telstra owner, aren't you?
I am, unfortunately,
That's
yes.
your provider. Okay, well, listen to this and I want you to tell me if it affects you or others out there. We want to hear from you. Telstra has confirmed there is an issue with the network. Thousands report outage in Australia. So thousands of Australians have been hit by an outage on Telstra's network, with the telco confirming there is, quote, an issue. Customers began reporting issues with the network at about 3 a.m. this morning, according to Down Detector. Almost 7,500 reports have been made as of 6:55 a.m. Now, that's Eastern time, so that's about 15 minutes ago, 6:25 a.m., with outages reported in every major city. Online customers shared their experiences, reporting services down in Sydney and Melbourne. Anyone having issues with Telstra's mobile data this morning, one person asked. Others have been left with SOS-only service. A Telstra spokesman confirmed they were looking into an issue affecting some mobile calls and data connections. If you're having trouble connecting, try again, as it may work on a retry, they told Newswire. We're on it and we'll share an update as soon as it's fixed. Thanks for sticking with us. So that's just come through.
Good update, Rennie. Yeah, as a Telstra customer, I'm going to do a restart on my phone and see if that works. Obviously, they've invited others to give that a crack.
So you've had some problems?
I don't have any mobile data.
You're kidding.
On my mobile anyway.
Okay, well that is frustrating. That is so frustrating.
Yeah, Telstra customers, if you're having any issues, give us a call or give us a buzz. Speaking of calls, Rennie, I'm loving this topic. Hello, Elaine from Grange. Have you got a wedding story?
Morning. Yes, I do. 1 week before our wedding, our priest had a heart attack.
Oh, no.
So we had to have a stand-in priest who was a Second World War vet who had half his tongue cut out, so it was very hard to understand.
Oh, my goodness.
But, it all went ahead. And the night before my wedding, my two chief bridesmaids had a car accident and were both in hospital.
Did they recover? They're okay, Elaine?
Yeah, they're both okay, but, it should have been all the warning signs I needed. We lasted 23 years, but, yeah.
Oh, Elaine, that is rocky. Well, we're pleased to hear they're going okay. Craig from Blackwood, have you got a similar wedding story?
G'day, team. My wife slipped on the dance floor the week before and broke her arm, so she walked down the aisle with a plaster up to her elbow. So the florist took care of that, which was pretty cool.
Oh, how'd they do that, Craig? What did they do?
They just made instead of having a bouquet, they actually made a full arm floral arrangement. It was pretty cool. So we've got some good photos of all of that. My wife's father wrote our wedding dance song. So, and on that day, Channel 9 covered our wedding as well because they were doing a story. So it was sort of a pretty fun day. I had a good time. She busted her arm and, that pushed the honeymoon back as well.
Thank you, Craig. Just quickly, we'll go to Doug in Blakeview. Doug, good morning.
Yeah, good day, guys. My wife and I are both big footy fans, and we got married in March 2010, and obviously we're from Blakeview, and it just so happened to be the Crows were playing Port in the pre-season game. So in between the wedding and the reception, we got a limo to swing by Elizabeth Oval for a couple of quick photos and the footy with our wedding gear. So that was a good day.
It sounds like a ripper. Did they win on the day? Did your team win?
I can't remember. See, I'm Crows, my wife's Port, so I'm sure one of us would have won.
Yeah, exactly. And it was only a pre-season game, so not that important, but a nice little keepsake nonetheless.
That's it. Cheers,
Good on
guys.
you. Thanks, Doug.
Good
Great
on you,
stuff.
Doug.
Keep those calls coming, folks. 8223 0000 is the number. We've got that Beer and Barbecue Fest double pass to give away. That is this Friday. You have VIP tickets to our 5AA area, which is outstanding. Ned, just over 24 hours ago, a pretty disturbing story came through. Eastern suburbs residents forced to flee their homes in the middle of the night after a suspicious fire gutted a business. SA Police and fire crews raced to Clark Locksmiths, and that's on Beulah Road, and that was just before 2 a.m. yesterday morning. For more on this, we're joined by Steve Clark, who is the owner of that business that was firebombed yesterday in Nord. Steve, thank you so much for your time. Can you tell us, obviously heartbreaking, what was the extent of the damage as you saw it?
Well, yeah, I arrived about 3-ish, I think, and talked to the cops, and then the MFS, and they said, "Oh yeah, whatever, it's a bit of accelerant's been thrown in, yeah, it's damage and whatever, yeah, great." And I thought, oh, okay, they've only just chucked it through the window. Once the fire investigators finished, it was about 5-ish, said, "Yeah, you can come in now." Yeah, the whole front end, all the plastics melted. Our key machine is a blob of rubber and cast. The air conditioner is hanging off the wall from the plastic, and fluoros are on the floor. They're all been melted and fallen off. And the power's cut because the air conditioner, everything, the power points would have been melted, cables are melted, so, and the stench of smoke. So, yeah, I mean, it was contained in the bottom end, but the smoke damage is right through the top and out the back, and as the assessor says, this is all toxic and corrosive, so it'll need to be cleaned up. So there's not much work we can do as far as out the front with customers, and we can still do our road work, of course, but we can't. The emails and phoning people are a bit restricted. There's no phone, no power, no email. So,
Steve, what do you expect the motivation of the attack to be?
Well, there is. We assume next door is a tobacco place. They attacked them a while ago. Their security was buttoned up and a fair bit, and we were thinking, well, they came in and said either it's too hard to get into there. We've got a can of petrol here in their hand. What are we going to do with it? Oh, let's chuck it through the window next door. Or they thought maybe if they set fire to our place, it might damage their place.
Goodness me.
Lines.
So it's mistaken identity or just lazy, I mean, either way, it's horrible. And now you're left with a damage bill.
Yeah, we have damage bill, and the assessors came in and said, once the claim is done, I thought this is going to drag on for ages. And, of course, the front's all boarded up. So, we have customers, a lot of real estate agents get keys cut. People go to Bunnings, Mitre 10 nearby. Mm-hmm. They come in with a couple of locks in here. Can we get a key up to our house key? All that, and we've got a few customers, jobs inside, which, lucky they're back in the workshop. That wasn't damaged, but still black soot all over them. So we were lucky that way. No customer damage. All goods damage. So, it's the roller door, we might see them get the roller door working. That stopped working during the thing, and then see if we get people coming through that way. But, it's going to drag on for ages by the sounds of things.
Which is frustrating, isn't it? Now having to go through insurance and all of that, but it sounds like they weren't the target of this attack. It was, the business next door, a tobacco business, and unfortunately, Steve's the collateral damage and is the one that's going to cop it.
Yeah, good South Australian businesses and people paying the price for any extraordinary.
Yeah, not good. Thanks so much for your time. Steve Clark there at Clark Locksmiths, talking to us after his place was firebombed yesterday on Beulah Road. Let's keep moving. We'll head out to the Weather Bureau. Daniel Sherwin-Simpson is from the Bureau of Meteorology. Daniel, good morning to you. Magnificent day yesterday, but how long is this lovely weather going to last?
Yeah, we are in a fairly settled weather pattern, so we're not going to see a whole lot of change in the weather. Probably going to be a bit more cloudy today. That cloud's actually led to a fairly warm start, currently 12.4 degrees. Adelaide's the second warmest place in the state. I'd probably count it as the warmest because Neptune Island, which is sort of right down the southern tip of the Spencer Gulf, right in the middle of the ocean, is the only place warmer. So definitely warm in Adelaide right now compared to the rest of the state. We're on for a top of 17 today. As I mentioned, cloudier than yesterday. As we move into tomorrow, going for 17 again. Might see a bit more sun about, but it still could be a little bit patchy. And then as we move into Friday, 17 again. Unfortunately, though, it looks like any weekend plans might come through with a few hiccups. We're going to see a cold front move over on the weekend that's going to bring showers for the better part of Saturday. They'll probably affect the footy at night on the Saturday, and then we'll see a couple of lighter showers hanging around through the Sunday. Won't be as widespread, though.
Thank you, Daniel. Let's head to Senior Constable Kimberly Broad from SAPOL. Kimberly, 2 men arrested over a shooting at Morfett Vale.
That's right, and they're going to face court today. They allegedly forced entry to a home on Wheatshift Road at Morfett Vale. It was just after 2:30 on Monday morning. They assaulted an occupant, fired shots inside the house and stole a black Holden Commodore from their premises. Fortunately, no one was injured during the shooting. However, Ranella man did sustain some facial injuries during the assault and was taken to hospital. But it was yesterday afternoon that Southern District Police, along with some Star Group officers, attended at a Christie Downs address and apprehended the 2 suspects. So we've got 2 men aged 23 and 31 in custody. They've been charged with aggravated serious criminal trespass, property damage, aggravated assault and firearms offences, and they'll be appearing in court today. That black Commodore has also been recovered and seized for forensic examination. But we would like to reiterate that this was not a random incident and the parties are known to each other. So anyone with any further information, they could give us a call on Crime Stoppers at 1800 333 000.
And Kim, what can you tell us about truck fire on the Eastern Freeway?
Yeah, we were called to the Southeastern Freeway at St Ives. It was early this morning, just after 1 o'clock, after a truck caught fire. The driver was able to safely disconnect the trailer from the prime mover before MFS crews arrived, and thankfully no injuries reported. So it was eastbound lanes of the freeway that were blocked while firefighters brought that blaze under control, but we still have 1 lane closed. The tow truck is there, so there may be some further short-term disruptions while the tow truck clears the scene. But at this stage, just one lane eastbound on the freeway that is still blocked, but that fire is not suspicious. Just take care while passing through that area.
Great stuff as always. Thanks so much for that, Kimberly Broad.
Thank you.
Senior Constable there from South Australian Police. Just a reminder, folks, we are up and going on the 5AA Breakfast Facebook and YouTube live stream this morning. You can step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au. Tom Wren and Ned McHenry through until 9 o'clock. So we're on the Facebook feed. Ned looking very comfortable in his nice little jumper there this morning.
Just a casual quarter zip number. You in the active wear looking very tight and nice there, Rennie.
Well, it's all a facade. I always come dressed in gym gear thinking I'm going to go to the gym, and only about 50% of the time I end up doing it.
Perfect.
The other thing too is we're going to get some more traffic now. You can enjoy your outdoor area all year round with an opening and closing roof designed, manufactured and installed locally by Luva House.
Morning there. Got lights on the blink in a few spots this morning. You'll find them with the Porter Expressway to the Eastern Parade ramp. Also Fulham Gardens, Grange Road at Tapley's Hill Road. Urgent sewer works this morning at West Richmond to keep an eye out for Marion Road near Passmore Street, and headaches at Gawler this morning. Due to a burst water main, it's on Main North Road near Victoria Tourist. Got detours in place with that road closed. Camera, Victor Road, Campbelltown. Harris Scarf stock tag sale is on now. Save 50% off full price electric blankets. See conditions online. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today.
Guarantee. Yes, right now, rush into National Tiles for our famous half-price annual clearance on beautiful National wall and floor clearance tiles. But you'll have to be quick, so rush into National Tiles or go online now and save. Conditions apply.
Digital Abyss. Dive beneath the surface of an immersive underwater world exclusive to Illuminate Adelaide from June 30 to July 19. From world-renowned artist Miguel Chevalier, discover the secrets of the deep ocean where technology and nature drift together in this playful and interactive wonderland reflecting the curious micro-wonders of the marine floor. Digital Abyss, running throughout July at Adelaide's home of immersive light and art, Isla. Book now at illuminateadelaide.com.
In business, the wrong hire does more than leave a gap. It slows your team, drains confidence, and holds your growth back. Call Hunter Careers. They'll work with you to find people with the right skills and long-term fit. At Hunter Careers, you'll work directly with an experienced recruiter through a careful, personalised process focused on your business outcomes, not just filling a vacancy. If the hire really matters, talk to Hunter Careers. huntercareers.com.au.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Ned McHenry.
It is 6:55 here on 5AA Breakfast, Wednesday, the 8th of July. Interesting article today on page 7 of the Advertiser, Ned, and it's talking about police cloning and specifically regarding a horse. And I'll just read some of the article to you and the listeners this morning. One of the most decorated horses in South Australia's Mounted Police Force, Vulcan, is being cloned to ensure his legacy lives on. There's a bit on it on the front page as well of the Advertiser this morning. Fascinating sort of concept, isn't it, to, I guess, try and, keep things going and make sure you get the best of what an animal has to offer?
Absolutely. Well, let's learn a little bit more, Rennie. John Farron Price from Catalina joins us now. John, firstly, thanks for your time.
Big games and not.
Is this a pedigree thing? Is this a temperament thing? I mean, what is it about this particular horse that justifies the effort in cloning?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think it's a combination of both. So the police have managed to some really good genetics and bloodlines in Vulcan, but they've also, to their credit, have been able to bring Vulcan through and raise him as well as they have. So I think in their hands, the clone should do the same thing.
So it's not as if we have a current issue in Sapole now with temperament of other horses. It's not solving an issue. It's just celebrating something that's been great. And how can we have more of it? Is that, if that makes sense, John?
Yeah, no, and I think that's a question for Sapole. But I think there is actually, and you might have noticed that that the raising of horses and horsemanship is becoming a career that less and less people are taking up. So there are fewer horses available of the quality that SAPOL need to do the tough job that they do. So it is a bit of that. There is a shortage of good quality horses. And fun fact for your listeners, all of the police force in Adelaide all ride grey horses, so that kind of limits your pool of horses that are available as well. And then with Vulcan passing, I think that was an opportunity to take this project on.
So, John, just tell us about your work. Is this quite common practice when it comes to cloning? Does this happen often?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so we've foaled more than 80 clones here at Catalina in Sydney, and it is kind of reasonably common now. Although this is the first use for a police force, we hope we'll be doing a few more.
Gordo on the text line has messaged us, John. He asked how much it's going to cost. What does something like this cost?
So the work we do with SAPOL is we don't share that with anyone. But if there was a client wanting to come in and clone one horse, you'd expect it to cost around $45,000, and they delivered a foal.
Brilliant. Excuse my ignorance, John, but in terms of the actual practice, I mean, day-to-day, what does this actually look like? How do you do it?
Yeah, so great question. So when Vulcan became ill, we got a call from SAPOL and started the conversation. We were at the vet clinic down there with him, and we took a bone marrow sample of Vulcan, which we were able to take some stem cells to get stem cells from Vulcan. Once we had those stem cells, we're then able to make a cloned embryo. And we make that cloned embryo, we transfer it into one of our recipient mares up here in Sydney. And then usual 11-month gestation for a horse, and there's a healthy foal at the end of it.
Fascinating work. Thanks so much, John, for shedding a bit of light on that. I didn't even realise this was sort of happening, but it's amazing to learn a bit more about it. So thanks for coming on this morning and talking about it.
No, appreciate your time. Take care.
Great stuff. John Farron-Price there from Catalina. So there you go.
One of our best texters, Rennie, Rob, says, with the changing of entry standards in SAPOL, are they now accepting miniature ponies?
Oh, there you go.
Rob.
Now, here we go, Ned.
The top 7 before 7.
Now, this is going to be you today, Ned. We've got our top 7 before 7. Where are we going?
Okay, now we are going, Rennie, in a space that is very controversial and it requires a little bit of input from our listeners. So if you want to call or text and get involved in this, more than happy for you to do so. But it's inventions, essentially, that play a role in our lives that need serious refinement.
Okay.
It's things that we use, but they're just not at the level, Rennie. The first one, the doona cover. I mean, how hard is that to get on? That needs refinement.
Yep.
Absolutely ridiculous. So number 7... in our 7 before 7, the doona cover. It's too hard to get on. You've got either buttons, zips, all of this rubbish. You end up standing up on the bed and shaking it or bring it into the corners. I mean, my word, it's just ridiculous. Number 6, shopping trolley wheels. They're good for only supermarket surfaces. As soon as you get it into the car park, I mean, my goodness me, you feel like you've got wrist pain for the rest of the year. Number 5, the umbrella. I don't find it as effective as what people suggest it is. It's bulky, it's hard to carry around, and then it doesn't even stop the rain. That's number 5. Number 4, computer mouses. Again, a bit of a surface issue, much like the shopping trolley wheels. But with your computer mouse, folks, unless it's on some special pad that you need to go and buy separately, it doesn't seem to work. I mean, that annoys me. Number 3, cardboard coffee lids. My goodness me. I mean, we are saving turtles, which is excellent, but they're hard to drink from. They're number 3. Number 2, car servicing. How can something so important take up your whole week? You've got to structure your week around it. You drop it in, and then you've got to work from the dealership and all. Oh, yuck.
Nightmare.
That's number 2. And number 1, probably the strangest thing that we all accept and do is the toilet brush. Now, why no one has refined or spoken about the fact that we have a small brush that is essentially sitting in a small pool of feces next to where we go to the toilet is just revolting, and someone needs to do something about it.
I love it. If you've got any suggestions or ones that you'd like to add, 8223 0000, or send us a text 0448 08 13 95. Appliances or machinery or anything that needs refinement. Great 7 at 7 there from Ned McHenry.
FIVEAA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to FIVEAA on Facebook or YouTube.
Local news and information first. This is FIVEAA News, always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy today, a top of 17 degrees with the 7 o'clock news. Good morning, I'm Kate Collins.
30 years strong. Physio Extra providing personalised treatment, modern facilities and trusted results for every patient. PhysioExtra.com.
Telstra says it's aware of an issue affecting mobile phone and data services around the country. Thousands of customers right across Australia have been reporting disruptions. The telco says it's looking into the issue and is suggesting repeated attempts may succeed. Tech expert Stephen Fennick says Telstra is likely still working out exactly what's caused the issues.
Obviously, Telstra are frantically working to work out what to get everything back on board again, but that's all the information we have for the moment. But and as you said, it's affecting retailers as well. So my suggestion is if you're heading out, make sure you pack some cash as well in your wallet.
Hundreds of workers are holding protests outside Aldi stores across the country, including here in SA. The TWU says it's identified dangerous practices in the supermarket's transport supply chain. Incidents reported including truck rollovers and a failure to properly maintain some vehicles, but Aldi's rejected those claims, saying they're committed to safety, fair pay and excellent working conditions throughout their entire supply chain. Rugby League will take centre stage as the Prime Minister continues to woo Pacific leaders. Nelson Scott reports.
Fresh off the plane from the Solomon Islands, Anthony Albanese will host his Samoan, Tongan and Papua New Guinea counterparts in Brisbane today. The group will discuss regional security, trade and economic growth, while Australia and PNG will celebrate their defence treaty officially coming into force. The leaders are also expected to sign agreements determining how they will spend about $200 million allocated for grassroots rugby league in the Pacific. The group will then attend the State of Origin decider at Suncorp Stadium.
Australia is hosting the biennial United Nations Chiefs of Police Summit for the first time. Commissioner Chrissy Barrett will encourage UN member states to replicate Australia's peacekeeping training model in order to protect UN peacekeeping missions. Speaking ahead of her address, Commissioner Barrett says they've delivered an effective and cost-effective training program.
Member states have been candid about financial pressure on UN peacekeeping. With our Pacific partners, we built a leaner, more sustainable model without lowering the bar. So when we say leaner, we mean a program delivered in 5 weeks instead of many months.
Russian athletes are one step closer to representing their nation at the Olympics with a provisional suspension lifted by the IOC. The suspension has been in place since the start of the war in Ukraine. The move could see Russia return to the world stage for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. IOC President Kirsty Coventry says a decision on the flag and anthem are yet to be made.
And we will review the protocols around the anthem and flag in the future. But for now, we felt that it was really important for athletes to have the possibility of returning back to competition.
And Prince Harry and 6 other claimants, among them Elton John, have lost their case against the publisher of the Daily Mail. The High Court has dismissed allegations the publisher violated their privacy by tapping their phones. It accepted the argument. Friends, colleagues and staff working for the claimants provided the stories. The group now face a £50 million payout. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
And it's good morning, Corey Norris.
Good morning to you, Kate. Riley Philthorpe will be one of 4 Crows put to the test at training tonight, out to prove he's recovered from a bout of illness that forced him out of last Friday's clash in Perth. Power defender Kane Farrell is a chance to take on the Saints on Saturday, having recovered from a groin concern. Essendon senior players have been asked their thoughts on the characteristics required to be the Bombers' next coach. James Hird expecting to again meet with the club next week. He's told Footy Classified he'd like to hear Zach Merritt's thoughts.
What I'd be interested in looking at is the input those players have had, and also what Zach Merritt went to the club with at the end of last year and said what he thought he wasn't getting and why he wanted to leave and what was the reason around that club, and whether they match up with what perhaps that dossier says.
Gold Coast forward Ben Long's 2-game ban for his ugly hit on Collingwood's Brayden Maynard has been reduced to 1 match by the AFL Tribunal. At the World Cup, Switzerland and Colombia are locked in a tense 0-0 battle in the second half of their round of 16 clash. Earlier, Argentina inflicted heartbreak on Egypt, scoring 3 late goals to secure a 3-2 win and lock in a place in the quarterfinals. And at Wimbledon, Novak Djokovic and Felix Auger-Aliassime are 5-5 in the 5th set of their quarterfinal battle. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Corey. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Browse undercover in comfort for your certified pre-owned Toyota at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Morning there at Mawson Lakes. A crash just in this morning. The Salisbury Highway to Eldersmith Road. Take an eye out for that this morning. Gawler, roads closed. That's due to a burst. Wannermain Main North Road at Victoria Terrace got detours in place. It'll be super slow this morning. Super busy already today. The South Road works through Edwardstown and Glandore. And got a camera today, Adams Road, Craigmore. Need to increase your protein intake? Aporto's the solution. While everyone's scooping protein powder, you can just eat a burger. 43 grams of real chicken protein. The double Bondi burger at Aporto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now to the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees. Mostly sunny on Thursday, 17. Becoming cloudy on Friday, also 17. Showers return for the weekend, 15. The top on Saturday and also on Sunday. Right now it's 11 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide.
Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Ned McHenry.
Yeah, we've had a ball to get things going here on 5AA Breakfast, and we've got a big hour coming up as well. We're about to spin for a smartwatch, so looking forward to that. We're going to talk to Darren Thomas from Thomas Farm Foods about the pressures that are going on at the moment with regards to sheep and lamb and beef, etc. We're going to play Hit the High Note, which has been very popular this week. And Ned, I know you've got a good singing voice, so we've got Into the Woods tickets to give away this half hour. We'll go round the courts with Sean Fuster just after 7:30. And then we're also going to catch up with Port Adelaide Football Club Chairman and Compare the Market Economic Director David Koch just before 8 o'clock. But Ned, we had a chat just before 7 o'clock, and it was a fascinating chat with someone from a cloning organisation in Sydney, and it was all about the fact they're going to, it's front page story today of the Advertiser. Story continues on page 7 about cloning a horse. And this text came through from Jane, and she said, off the back of your chat, I'm wondering, who or what would you clone if you could? So why don't we make that a talk topic?
Absolutely brilliant.
8223 0000 is the number. We've got Beer and Barbecue Fest tickets to give away. What would you clone if you could? Jane suggesting her golden retriever, Zoe. I like that.
Nice. I think a lot of animals, Rennie, and a lot of pets will be popular, but
yep.
Perhaps our listeners might even think outside the square. Something that comes to mind for me, I bought a fleece quarter-zip jumper from an op shop, Rennie.
Oh.
Got it from an op shop. And I'm a bit of a, I'm not too cool with all my clothes and that, Rennie. I'm pretty basic. But I have this fleece jumper. It is the perfect fit.
Just your favourite.
It doesn't get wet. I could, it's a bit daggy, but it's just the perfect jumper for any situation. Oh, if I could clone that and just have that in 4 or 5 different colours for 5 days of the working week, Rennie, I'd be stoked. What about you?
I like that. I'm thinking clothes. I'm a bit like you. I'm not the most fashionable. Maybe if I could clone some golf clubs.
Oh, yeah?
I could, then just have them all the time.
There you go. What, you just carry them around with you all the time? Just more?
Just carry golf clubs around all day.
I like it. Consumerism. More is more. I must buy more.
8223 0000 is the number. In the meantime, we'd love to get your thoughts. Golden Retriever is a good suggestion. I like your fleece jumper. That's a cracker.
Plenty coming up. And as we just look out of our Hindmarsh Square window and the sun comes up, Rennie, which is beautiful, a few texts coming through just on a big traffic jam on the freeway, just up past Nan, so on the southeastern freeway. If anyone's stuck in traffic or has an update there, a few texters are saying there's been no movement for about 15 minutes. So again, an incident on that freeway.
Okay, that's good to know. Thanks for that. Keep those updates coming. If anyone is there and would like to give us a call or is able to do so, we'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, we have a Care Alert emergency watch to give away. Use your home care package or NDIS funding and get a Care Alert for free. Australia's #1 personal alert system. Visit carealert.com.au. Ned might get you to spin that wheel behind you.
Okay.
If that's okay. Now, the number is going to marry up to a year. There we go. Good spin. 16. Sweet 16. Can you remember being 16?
I can, unfortunately, yes. I was running amok. 16. What does 16 kind of bring to light for you, Rennie? What does that number celebrate?
Well, I remember it was when I got my Earls straight away. That was a good time. And then when I got my licence, goodness, it's almost 30 years ago now, it was only 6 months you had to be on your Earls and then you got your Ps. So that was exciting times for me, 16. Now, the number 16 marries up with 1941. So if you are born in 1941, that means you're 85 or turning 85 this year. We'd love to hear from you. 8223 0000 is the number, and we will give you a Care Alert smartwatch. 16 for you. That remembers good times. You're obviously
times.
Just before your draft year, that would have been as well.
Yeah, great times, Rennie. As you said, the independence of getting your licence and all of that, brilliant. But, yeah, someone can call in and get one of those smartwatches, which would be great. Let's go to Darren Thomas from Thomas Foods Australia, talking all things export in terms of South Australian protein. Darren, pricing is good for farmers, but despite that, still plenty of pressures about getting the product globally.
Yes, spot on, Ned. Good morning, all. I'm glad I could get through. I think you'd be aware the Telstra network's out, so I'm on my home Wi-Fi, so the modern wonders of the world.
Well done. Is that a Starlink operation, Darren? How have you organised that?
I don't know, Ned, to be honest with you. I just crossed my fingers and hoped and we got through. So it's working. That's the main thing.
Well, we can hear you loud and clear. As I said, I mean, cattle pricing, sheep and lamb pricing for farmers in South Australia is strong, but explain to us some of the pressures about actually moving that product to the other side of the world, where places like the Middle East, China, USA enjoy protein that's raised in the southeast of South Australia and other areas.
Yeah, look, the situation at the moment is the most dynamic I've seen it in my time, and I think the silver lining on this is, as you said, the farmers at the moment, well deserved. They're getting fantastic pricing, and coming off a very couple of tough years, particularly in southern Australia, very dry times. To see the rain that's happened and coinciding with pretty much record pricing across all proteins is fantastic, because without farmers, we don't have a business. But when it comes to our end of the side, when trying to take that great protein around the world, I've never seen it more challenging. We've got supposedly a free trade agreement with America, but we're struck with tariffs there. We have a free trade agreement with China, and we've hit a safeguard level there where we've exported more meat than the FTA allows, and there's a 55% tariff. We're about to have the same happen in Korea, where there'll be a 20-odd% tariff. Then there's a war in the Middle East, one of their big other destinations for meat. And, of course, what's happening around the world, as we're seeing here in Australia, there's cost of living pressures, and consumers are certainly very discerning on what they're prepared to pay. So from where I sit, it's incredibly complex. But one thing Australia has, and in particular South Australia has, is very, very good products, very good beef, lamb and mutton and goat. And, we're out to weather the storm and we take a long-term view, but it is certainly the most dynamic I've seen it in many, many years.
Darren, it does sound like there's a lot of challenges. I was going to ask you about the tariffs, which you alluded to there. How much is that impacting, I guess, farmers and exporters like yourself, into those markets?
Look, at the moment, if we look at the sheep and lamb side of things, it is having a bit of an impact in North America. But because the flock, after I think it was like a 140-year dry spell in the south here, the flock was back a little bit. So, there's very high pricing. So it's having limited effect really to farmers' prices, but certainly those additional tariffs, say, into North America, one of our biggest markets for sheep meat, is really just making it at a level where consumers are choosing different proteins. So it's probably not as affecting on small stock. But when we get to beef, certainly China was a massive market for us, as is Korea. And what happens then is meat really will go to other markets like the US or Japan. Obviously, the Middle East is a big user, but that's compromised. We do have quota in the EU. The UK is a bit of a bright star, so it might just have a little bit of a dulling effect or a capping on beef prices, but at the moment they seem to be still very strong with, lots of rain in the north. And, it's green everywhere. I just did a bit of a mini loop around Australia and there's not too many places that are dry.
Darren, could you provide our listeners a bit of an insight as to how much of protein raised in South Australia ends up on the other side of the world? I mean, clearly there's great domestic demand too with some of your retail outlets like the Thomas Foods in Norwood and other areas. But just how is the makeup of domestic versus international product?
Yeah, look, if I speak from our company's behalf, we're about 80% export. So if you look at we process about 160,000 sheep and lambs a week and around 6,000 or 7,000 cattle. So about 80% of that will end up overseas. So our plant, brand new state-of-the-art plant in Murray Bridge, and our Lobosville plant will end up in all places around the world in some of the finest dining restaurants to food service to some of the biggest retailers in the globe. So we do process more than we can eat. The Australian domestic market is still a great market for us, but the majority of it, and that probably can go to about 85 different countries around the world.
Extraordinary. Isn't that amazing, Rehn, to think? Is it to think that farmers, raising product like that in some of our wonderful areas, it's being enjoyed, on the other side of the world.
It's great. It's great. Albeit, a lot of challenges, but fantastic that we're able to get that product, all over the globe.
Darren, just lastly as well, you mentioned an extended period of drought in South Australia. It was a challenging couple of years before receiving some good early rains this year. How did you think the state government, without getting yourself in trouble, dealt with that? And do you think farmers get enough assistance during times like that?
Look, it's a difficult one, Ned. There is limiting things that they can do. I think, if you speak to any farmer, they'd always want more. And this is the great thing about the Australian farmer, the South Australian farmer. We don't get handouts like many different countries around the world. There's not subsidies. So I feel for them, because without them, I don't have a business. And I guess through these brighter times and good returns, what's exciting me is seeing young South Australian farmers and Australian farmers, young kids getting into the game where they were leaving in droves. So that gives me some confidence. But they do it tough. We don't get the subsidies like other countries. So I think the state government stepping up and building the barge on the Birdsville track to allow cattle to come north, and it's still flooding up there now, was a great effort. And that's quite expensive, $25 million, I think that was. But Australian farmers are resilient. They know how to farm. They're some of the best farmers in the world. But I'm sure they wouldn't knock back a little bit of extra assistance from time to time. But that's the game in Australia. We'll build off the sheep's back, and I'm very grateful for all our hard work.
Fascinating. Well, we're grateful for your hard work too. Darren Thomas, Thomas Foods International there, Rehn. Brilliant.
Great stuff. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Darren. Great to get a bit of an insight into how things are going at the moment. And it is tough. I mean, you see it as well, Ned. You work on the land and do that, outside of here, and you'll be going straight up to Madam for the farm after the show this morning.
Yep.
It's hard work.
It is hard work. That's an amazing company, Thomas Foods.
Incredible the amount of South Australian success story.
People they employ both here, internationally, across Australia, sensational. And the product they move is still a family-owned business. I think it's a great story, and good to get some insights as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we spun for the Care Alert smartwatch, and people would have seen that on the 5AA Breakfast Facebook and YouTube live stream this morning. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today. walkamile.org.au. And we've got a winner, I think, Ned, because Gloria from Hope Valley has called in this morning. Gloria, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Really well, thank you. Congratulations. You were born in 1941. You've won the Care Alert smartwatch.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's outstanding. Now, Gloria, tell us a bit about you. Where did you go to school?
I went to what is now Trinity Gardens Primary School. It was Wellington Road Primary School way back then.
Right, and high school as well? Is that where the high school was too, Gloria?
No, I went to Nord Technical School, which is on Osmond Terrace. It's no longer there.
Wow.
So,
and what were your memories like there?
Not a very good scholar, I'm afraid. I went to school because I had to. Hated homework. Just average run-of-the-mill young person.
Good on you, Gloria. Well, this watch will help. They're a great product. Does anyone, when you have a few beers or a couple of wines with people, do they sing Gloria? Oh, Gloria! Does that happen
Bit
to
of
you,
Laura
or
Branigan.
is that just me?
I hate that song.
Oh, Gloria, get stuff. Come on.
And Gloria, have you got family now? Still in Adelaide?
Oh yes. We're all within 7 minutes of each other.
Wow, is that right? So, kids and grandkids?
Yes. I've got two children, adults of course, and 5 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild.
Would you clone any of them, Gloria?
Probably all of them at some stage. They're all so different.
Yeah, it's a great idea. Well, Gloria, thank you so much. Really appreciate it, and congratulations. We'll put you back on hold to our producers. You've got that Care Alert smartwatch.
Thank you very much.
Great stuff. That's outstanding. Well done to Gloria. And the reason you asked about cloning is we had a chat just before 7 o'clock about cloning, didn't we?
Fascinating, wasn't it? South
really
Australian
interesting.
Police cloning one of their best horses for future use. Brilliant. So we're asking the question, aren't we, Ready? What would you clone if you could?
Yes, and Tony from Seaton has given us a call. Tony, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. 3 things. Number one, I wouldn't clone, and I wouldn't. You just imagine 2 grand causes.
So you wouldn't be cloning Cornsey?
Oh, and then it's bad enough listening from 5 till 6 in the morning. Ned, you need to get back on the air that time and listen to his stories about. They put you to sleep.
No, Tony, that's not fair.
That's what babies to sleep. Those stories, some of them, honestly.
Keep going. What are the other ones?
Another one is the Nazi Coconuts last night has made the semi-finals of the men's doubles at Wimbledon.
Yes.
Yep.
So hopefully he can win tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow. I'm not sure, but
So what, you'd clone him, would you, Tony?
I'd kiss him as well.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a ripper for Narcy. I've had a little bit to do with him over the years at the Adelaide International. He's playing with Alexander Kovacic in the doubles, and they had a straight sets win overnight. You're right, in the quarterfinals. A great result. What's the other thing you'd clone, Tony?
No, I wouldn't. Just Graham, please, don't Graham Gaunt. Quite it up.
Oh, Tony, get Tony on. I mean, you can't speak about one of our 5AA own and Adelaide Crows own like that, Tony. That's not on. And you're completely off topic, mate. So if anyone's the laughing act, it's you, Tony. You haven't even said what you'd clone. Give us a call.
He said Thanasi. He likes Thanasi.
Yeah, we said he'd kiss him. He didn't even say he'd clone him, Rennie. I mean, he's lost the plot. Tony from Seaton, first strike. 2 more, you're out.
Keep the calls coming, folks. In the meantime, let's check out what's going on the roads right now. And we will do this all thanks to Luva House. They do a great job. Enjoy your outdoor area all year round with an opening and closing roof. Designed, manufactured and installed locally by Luva House.
And Mawson Lakes, a crash to look out for the Salisbury Highway to Eldersmith Road. Gawler Road's closed due to a burst water main. Main North Road between Victoria Terrace and Paxton 3. Detours in place. That'll be slow this morning. Getting busy at the moment at Camden Park for works. Morford Road near Maxwell Terrace with an early morning camera. Grave Street, Newton. Fantastic Furniture's end of financial year sale has been extended with new styles added. Save up to 40% on selected products in store or online at Fantastic Furniture. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today.
Mr. Wetwall, there's no grout, just a stunning, smooth surface that's stylish and 100% waterproof. It's quicker to install, so it costs less, and there's zero mess. So why wouldn't you, Mr. Wetwall? MrWetwall.com.
When you're gone, who gets the things you've worked hard all your life for? Like the family farm, the holiday home, or your cherished trailer sailor. If you don't plan now, it could be messy when you're gone. Donlan Lawyers specialise in wills and estate planning. From the simplest to the most complex, Donlan Lawyers will give effect to your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com, Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
Now, in this cost of living mess, you know what really gets people fired up? Paying a tradie a call-out fee before they've even lifted a finger. You've already got financial pressure, and before anyone even looks at the problem, bang, $150 just to show up. And that's why we like Precise Need.
Yeah, it's not right, Rennie, and it doesn't have to be that way. So Precise don't charge call-out fees. None. Zero. They actually respect people's budgets. They come out, assess the job, give you the price up front, and only then do you decide if you want to go ahead. I like that. There's no surprises, no bill shock, no mystery hours added later. Does that sound familiar?
Yep.
That's why Adelaide trusts Precise for plumbing, electrical, hot water and AC.
Love it, Nettie. So if something needs fixing, but you've been holding off because you're worried about what it might cost, don't stress. Book a free call-out with Precise and at least know where you stand. Respectful service, upfront pricing, no call-out fees. That's Precise. So call Precise on 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Or go to the website preciseservices.com.au.
For those whose pool is the main feature of their yard, Walco offer a special mesh cover to keep debris and leaves out while making your pool area look stunning all through winter. Join the great cover-up and ask Walco about their stylish new mesh pool covers. Walco.com.au.
Hi, Brett Ibbott here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. You might have thought our end of financial year clearance was done and dusted, but the deals aren't. There are still plenty of reasons to get your new Mazda. You heard right, we're talking immediate delivery on all models and colours, even low-K demos. All ready for immediate delivery, but for a limited time only. No gimmicks, just great deals and the best customer support for you and your shiny new Mazda. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
Know the news with Adelaide's 7 News. Don't miss Adelaide's leading news hour tonight at 6 o'clock.
Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Ned McHenry.
7:27 here on 5AA Breakfast. We're asking for your calls this morning, 8223 0000. We've got a double pass to the Beer and Barbecue Fest, which is this Friday. VIP area in the 5AA, a special lounge with free beers and food and all that kind of stuff. It's great. And we're asking what you'd clone. This is off the back of the front page story. It continues on page 7 of the Advertiser today. And they're going to clone the police horse Vulcan. So we're asking if you could clone anything, what would it be? We've got some great suggestions this morning.
You've got golf clubs going on. I had my favourite quarter zip. Andrew from Dulwich, he says, morning, I'd like to clone the 2004 Premiership. Go Port.
Like it.
Like that. Clever. You might be waiting a while, Andrew, to clone that one as a process. Another Port Adelaide supporter, I like these, says, I think Port need to clone Zach Butters or we are in big trouble.
Yeah, and like the Crows would love to clone Jordan Dawson, for example, wouldn't they? Isaac Rankin.
Yeah.
You know, those kinds of players.
Footy fans. Anything else you can think of that you'd like to clone?
And it could be anything. Like you did a piece of clothing, I did a piece of sporting equipment. There's got to be other stuff out there, doesn't there?
Lou has a ripper. Lou, she says, morning, gents. I'd clone myself for spare body parts. Isn't that having a bit of foresight and a bit of forward thinking, Lou?
That is clever.
Yeah, contingency.
That is really clever.
I like it. If you lose an arm or something, brilliant.
We'll keep those calls coming and text 0448 08 1395. The other news that we've been reporting this half hour, thousands of Aussies have reported an outage on the country's largest mobile network. That's Telstra. Customers began reporting issues at about 3 a.m. this morning. That's according to Down Detected Out. As of about an hour ago, 7,500 reports had already been made. Online customers sharing their experiences, reporting services down in Sydney, Melbourne. And Ned, you've said as well that your Telstra mobile service is struggling this morning. So we're being told if you're having trouble connecting, try again as it may work on a retry. So a simple turn off, start again. And they're onto it, they're saying Telstra, and they'll provide an update as soon as it's fixed. Thanks for sticking with us, but that is frustrating.
I must admit, Rennie, people in regional areas and consumers, they're looking in a different way now towards their data and mobile services.
Yep.
And no longer is it as simple as going into Optus or Telstra and getting your SIM card or your kind of data deal. It's Starlink, it's other providers like that because it's so unreliable.
It's so frustrating as well. I find it a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. I hate it.
No, it's ridiculous. If you live in the Adelaide Hills, if you live in the Mallee or you live down in the southeast, your internet and your mobile service is so unreliable. And it's not fair. It's not fair that regional people shouldn't be able to make phone calls for business or pleasure consistently. I travel to the farm. I think I say to you, Rennie, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. I would say that over half of that travel is affected by poor mobile service.
You're kidding. So if I'm on the phone to you, it'll just cut out.
As soon as I get halfway through the Adelaide Hills, I am in and out from there. And it's so frustrating because I can't call people in the car. I can't make any business or personal calls, and it's really frustrating. I don't think regional people should have to deal with it. I think in a time where Starlink is available and you have, really up-to-speed internet, wherever you are, there should be other options. So yeah, I think people are looking down that route, particularly regionally.
I think that'd be a sentiment shared by a lot of people out there because if something serious happens, you need service.
Well, look at this morning, Rennie.
Yeah.
I mean, why is Telstra down? I don't understand. And when they are up, why are they so unreliable?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be flippant, but we can get rockets up and down, from outer space. What, we can't give South Australians reliable internet? I just don't understand it.
Give us a call if you're having any experiences yourself, folks, or send us a text if you've got coverage. We'd love to hear from you.
It's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. Time, though, now to head across to the newsroom with Kate Collins and Corey Norris.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees in Adelaide with 7:30 News. Good morning, I'm Kate Collins.
The X in Physio Extra stands for extra time, extra care, extra convenience to treat those niggling injuries. 6 locations. physioextra.com.
2 men have been arrested over a shooting at Morford Vale on Monday, the pair forcing their way into a home on Wheatsheaf Road before allegedly firing shots and assaulting a man inside and stealing a car. Senior Constable Kimberly Broad says police and Star Group officers arrested 2 men at Christie Downs yesterday.
Got 2 men aged 23 and 31 in custody. They've been charged with aggravated serious criminal trespass, property damage, aggravated assault and firearms offences, and they'll be appearing in court today. That black Commodore has also been recovered and seized for forensic examination.
Anyone with information on the shooting is being asked to call Crime Stoppers. There's been a truck fire on the freeway at St Ives this morning. The driver was able to safely disconnect the prime mover from the trailers. 1 lane eastbound is closed while the scene is cleared. In an Australian first, SA Police horse Vulcan is being cloned. After he died last year, aged 23, vets collected a tissue sample which has been sent to a Sydney breeding business. Catalina Equine founder John Farron Price says it'll ensure his bloodline lives on.
There is a shortage of good quality horses, and all of the police force in Adelaide all ride grey horses, so that kind of limits your pool of horses that are available as well. And then with Vulcan passing, I think that was an opportunity to take this project on.
A large Telstra outage is causing issues for mobile phone customers and disrupting tens of thousands of businesses. Payment system Tyro says it's aware of customers not being able to connect to their 4G network to process transactions, and thousands of customers are reporting being unable to make calls. The telco says it's aware of the issue and is working to find a solution as quickly as possible. The opposition claims government spending is driving up credit card debt, driving many Australians to rely on credit to cover everyday expenses. CanStar analysis of Reserve Bank figures shows national credit card debt has reached $19.4 billion, with the average person paying $10 million a day in interest changes. Liberal MP Ted O'Brien has told Today Labor is making the country poorer.
If you look at the rest of the world, other advanced economies, well, actually living standards have gone up. In Australia, they've gone backwards. So what needs to change? Number one, government spending needs to be reined in. That's certainly what the coalition would do. We have to get back to living within our means as a government.
British right-wing leader Nigel Farage has resigned, triggering a by-election which he says he will contest. He denies any wrongdoing amid allegations he didn't declare funds from wealthy donors. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says it's just a stunt.
Politics should be about improving the lives of millions of people, not about personal gain, not about hiding dodgy donations. And I think the public will see this for exactly what it is.
Now taking a look at 5AA Sport.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
Good morning, Corey Norris.
Good morning, Kate. Novak Djokovic has just booked a semi-final spot at Wimbledon with a tense 5-set win over Felix Auger-Aliassime. Coco Gauff has reached the semi-finals for the first time with a 3-set win over Jessica Pegula. She'll face Karolina Mukova, who ended Naomi Osaka's run. Argentina is through to the World Cup quarter-finals after coming from 2 down to beat Egypt 3-2. Lionel Messi equalised in the 83rd minute before the defending champions secured a win in the 93rd minute.
Red shirts racing back as fast as they can! Oh my word! I've seen it all now! Enzo Fernandez for Argentina!
Commentary from SBS. Switzerland and Colombia are currently locked at 0-0 in the closing stages of their round of 16 clash, and 3 Crows will be hoping to return to the side for Saturday night's clash against Gold Coast. Riley Thilthorpe, Wayne Miller and Luke Pedler will all be put to the test at training tonight. Cal Archie is expected to return from his latest hamstring concern via the Sandful. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks so much, Corey. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Browse undercover in comfort for your certified pre-owned Toyota at the new to Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road,
Morning,
Somerton
roads
Park.
looking too bad today. Do have a small bingle to look out for this morning at Mawson Lakes. It's on the Salisbury Highway near Eddlesmith Road, but having a quick look at the map, should have too many delays through there. You will cop a few delays this morning at Gawler. Got a burst water main. It's actually closed Main North Road to Victoria Tourist. Detour is in place. It'll be super sluggish. Getting quite busy South Road at Edwardstown and slowing up too at the moment. Brighton Road, Brighton. Camera, McGill Road, McGill. Harris Scarf stock take sale is on now. Save 50% off full price cookware by TFAL. See conditions online. Harris Scarf, great brands, great prices. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now to the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 17. 17 also on Friday, becoming cloudy, and showers return for the weekend. 15 the top on Saturday and Sunday. Right now we're sitting on 12 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Your business has most likely been targeted by a cyber attack. You just don't know it yet. Often the future attack hides quietly in your system, watching, waiting, learning how your business works. That's how most attacks start. FXIT helps Australian businesses find threats early before they become crippling. Don't be the easy win for cyber criminals. Book your free security audit now at fx.com.au/protect.
The most frustrating thing about having your car repaired after a collision can be the wait. Sometimes months. At Premier Panel Services, the wait is one thing you won't have to worry about. We've expanded our workshop and our highly skilled team. It means we're better equipped to deliver an outstanding outcome for you and your car. RAA and MTA approved, Premier Panel Services work with most insurance companies. So ask for Premier Panel Services and get back on the road sooner.
Some things are worth waiting for, like tickets to your favourite concert, waiting for a nice bottle of Red to breathe, or waiting for the kids to finally unpack the dishwasher. But waiting to get your air conditioner serviced just before summer or winter really hits? It's just not worth the pain. Get in touch with Morford Air now for servicing or a new system. Put it at the top of your to-do list. When it's too hot or cold to bear, reach for the Morford Air. morfordair.com.au.
Morford Air. Introducing Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
Outdoor living is part of the Australian way of life. A quiet coffee in the morning or a backyard barbecue with friends on the weekend. Alpha Industries helps create those spaces to relax and entertain with fully welded verandas, carports, sheds and studios designed to suit your home. The stock take sale is on now, so take a look at our modern curved styles to classic heritage gables using genuine Australian blue scope steel. Take advantage of our stock take sale on now. Ask for a quote today at alphaindustries.com.au.
Great things begin with the right space. A space to work, a space to store, a space to create. Right now, build the space you've always wanted with Olympic Industries sheds, garages and outdoor storage designed for Australian lifestyles. Visit one of Olympic Industries' inspiration centres today and bring your space to life. Start something with the Olympic Industries sale. On now.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Ned McHenry.
And we're having an absolute ball here on 5AA Brekkie. Ned, we're just past the halfway point. We're into the third quarter now. It's the premiership quarter, so we need to lift, don't we?
Yes, contest needs to lift. Kick your goals, kick straight, Rennie. Let's go. Brilliant.
We've had a big show so far. We've been asking this morning, you heard the story in the news with Kate Collins, the police horse Vulcan, which unfortunately died last year. They're going to clone it. So we've been asking the question this morning, what would you clone if you could? 8223 0000 is the number. And Ned, we're going to get to Sean Fuster in a moment, but people have been having some issues this morning, including you with your mobile phone service.
Yeah, let's go to the text line, Rennie, because people are frustrated. They don't have any service around Murray Bridge or in the Mallee. Suggestions that perhaps Optus is better than Telstra. Some good text too, actually, Rennie, I've got to say quickly about cloning as well. Helen from Ranella says, I'd clone 2 giant pandas from Adelaide Zoo. We could also do the elephants at Monado Safari Park. 5 would become 10. Woohoo, says Helen. I like that.
I like that. Well, we've had some issues, haven't we, with sort of procreating and multiplying with the pandas.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. We need to run a hot bath and get some candles on, I think, for those guys.
In the meantime, let's go to Robert, who's also had some problems. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning. Yes, I woke up this morning to try and do something, and it said I don't have anything.
No service.
It said it's a dodo.
Yep.
And no service. So I rang my daughter, and she says she's not connected. She's in Melbourne. It's a bit scary when you're a senior and you've got nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Yeah, it's shocking. And I didn't do anything about it. I've got a spare backup phone because sometimes when I lose my phone in the house, I'll ring it to see if I can find it. And lucky that's on Optus. So I rang the people on that, and they said not connected. And I rang a mate of mine that it is on Optus, and he said he heard on the radio this morning that it's all out across Australia, lots of places. So it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
And Rob, you're just in Athelston, so it's not like you're.
I'm in Athelston instead as a dodo.
Yeah.
I think my son is on. I managed to get my son. He's on Telstra, but he seems to have something, but I don't. So it must be all over the joint, different bits everywhere, but it's apparently Australia-wide.
Rob raises a great point, Rennie, as well, doesn't he? The argument of safety versus the argument of convenience. I mean, the latter is less important than the first.
Yeah.
Imagine being by yourself at Athelston and, horrifically something was to happen and you can't get in contact with anyone.
Well, that's right. You're isolated, aren't you? And, that feeling of, helplessness when you can't reach out to
precisely
the outside world. And you're in Athelston. It's not like you're far away. You're 10 minutes drive from where we are. Ridiculous. In the heart of the city.
Well, it's bad at the best of times, Rennie. I'm telling you. It's bad at the best of times.
No, not good. 8223 if you've got a story like Robert. Thank you so much, Rob, for giving us a call. Right now, though, it is time to do the court rounds with our man.
It's time to go around the courts with Sean Fuster on 5AA Breakfast.
You can hear him on Just Lawful as well on Sunday nights with Dan Panozzo. They do a brilliant job. Sean Fuster and he covers the courts as well. He's the chief court reporter at The Advertiser. Sean, great to have you on this morning. Thank you so much. A fairly disturbing case is before the courts at the moment. Tell us a little bit more about it.
This is the allegations, Tommy, against Riley Everson Clare. People will remember this one, but you might also not remember this one because it's been blanketed in suppression orders for most of the time it's been around. But if I say the name Aaron Stalhort, that's the name of the gentleman who was allegedly murdered by Mr. Everson Clare. Aaron Stalhort was a total stranger to Mr. Everson Clare. He was walking through the parklands in North Adelaide. There's that chilling CCTV footage that shows them both coming from opposite directions, and then just Mr. Everson Clare leaving, Mr. Stalhort dying as a result of injuries he sustained somewhere in the gap in that CCTV footage. Now, as I say, up till now, a lot of the case has been shrouded in court-imposed secrecy. That's all gone now. Mr. Everson Clare's in front of the Supreme Court, and we heard earlier this week that he may not be mentally fit to stand trial. Prosecutors want the case moved on as quickly as possible, but his counsel are saying, well, hang on, we need time to talk to medical experts, to talk to doctors, to talk to forensic mental health experts. We don't think he's actually corpus mentis enough to stand a trial.
What's the bar for that, Sean? So how do they sort of classify whether or not someone is mentally fit or unfit? Is it a team of psychiatrists that have to assess the person, or how does that actually come to pass?
Yeah, under state law, it's two mental health experts, a mixture of psychiatry and psychology, saying that the person involved is unable to reasonably understand that their actions were wrongful. So they may not understand that what they did was legally incorrect, or they may have some kind of delusion that means that they thought what they were doing was correct. But you've basically got to be so mentally ill, to use a blunt term, that you don't understand that what you did was breaking the law, which, as you can imagine, when it comes to allegations of murder, is a pretty high bar to pass.
Sean, how unusual would that be if a team of experts were to come to that understanding?
Lately in South Australia, it's been very common. We've seen it with everything from the Harris and Kit car crash case up through to murder. It's a sad fact, unfortunately, Ned, that there are so many people struggling with mental health right now, and services here in South Australia are struggling with the demand. There are people falling through the cracks, taking it outside of the Riley Everson-Clare allegations for a moment. We had a situation a few years ago where a man by the name of Jaden Lower had been seeking mental health help since the age of 12 and had been unable to get it to the level he needed. And that's no knock on resourcing and no knock on doctors. It simply hadn't been able to happen. And he went on to kill a woman when he was 26 years old. She showed him some kindness, and unfortunately he had a mental health episode, and that led to her death. So it is becoming frighteningly regular in our courts.
And Sean, this case, I think you're right. It is so chilling and I think scary for people out there because, as you say, that CCTV, Aaron Stolhot, is fine. He's walking, down the street, got his coffee in hand, and it's a place where so many of us have been on O'Connell Street, and when it's an absolute stranger, alleged, obviously, but it makes it all the more chilling because these people aren't known to each other, and it makes everyone sort of think, wow, this could happen anywhere.
One of those things we always say is be kind to everybody because you don't know what other battles someone else is fighting. But when it comes to a situation like this and you don't know whether that person's battle may become your battle in a life and death situation, it's absolutely shocking.
And a big show coming up again this Sunday, Sean?
One of the biggest. We have the extraordinary pleasure of speaking with Grant Dancy. He's the son of Helen Dancy, who was murdered in Veal Gardens many years ago. Helen was murdered by her own husband, Peter, which is Grant's father. Grant has never spoken before about the entirety of the circumstances, what life was like living with an eventual murderer, what his mother's life was like, and how the court process has completely demoralised him and ruined his faith in law and order. This is exactly what Just Lawful was created for, and Daniel and I can't wait to bring you that interview starting this Sunday night.
Well, that will be fascinating and must listen. Cannot wait for it, Sean. You do a wonderful job. Thanks so much for coming on this morning.
Thanks, boys.
Great stuff. Sean Fuster, who is the Chief Court Reporter at The Advertiser, joining us on 5AA Brekkie, 12 minutes to 8 o'clock. Time to check out what's going on at the moment with regards to the traffic, and we'll do that all thanks to our very good friends at Louver House. Enjoy your outdoor area all year round with an opening and closing roof, which is designed, manufactured and installed locally by Louver House.
Morning there at Mawson Lakes. A crash to look out for this morning. The Salisbury Highway and Eldersmith Road. A couple of breakdowns to keep in mind. Got one at Crafers West heading down the freeway just near the Crafers exit. And another one at Parkside. It's on Green Hill Road just near the Unley Road intersection. Slow going South Road, Edward Sound with the camera, McGill Road at McGill. You can now book an RAA approved repairer online. Just head to the RAA website to find your local repairer. You can trust them because RAA2, Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
Forklift Advantage. And with great electric options and branches all over the country, find the right Toyota forklift for you at toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Don't just get a forklift, get a Toyota forklift.
With Ascender Life, you can build something bigger with the confidence to see it through. Ascender Life, protecting Australians' confidence for over 175 years. Always consider the PDS and TMD at ascender.com.au to decide if this product may be right for you.
Now, if you've been thinking about downsizing, but the idea of leaving your neighbourhood is the biggest sticking point, Metro Homes, one of Adelaide's leading builders, has a really smart solution, and I like smart solutions, Ned, because I'm not capable of those myself. So instead of selling up and moving away, you can subdivide your block and build 2 homes.
Brilliant. And there's so many options after that, Rennie. You think you can build one, sell one, build one, rent the other. Great flexibility. And it means you get to move into a fresh, brand new home designed to suit your lifestyle now. And right next door, as I said, an investment property or sell the other home.
It's genius, isn't it? And that's rental income, Ned, as you know, or a place for family or long-time financial security. You're living in the same street, same neighbours, same coffee shop you've been going to for years.
Yeah, you'll enjoy more financial freedom and a home that fits the way you live today. Downsizing? Find out more by contacting Metro Homes on 8100 0999 or visit metrohomessa.com.au.
Hi, Daniel Talley here, General Manager of Home. That's HAUME.
Sometimes renovating an older home built before the 90s is just not worth the hassle, time or the cost. Instead, we buy your home as it is and give you as much time as you need to find your new dream home. We don't charge fees, there's no advertising costs or commissions. We just make the process of selling your home easy. Look out for a letter from us in your mailbox or visit home.com.au. That's haume.com.au.
Thanks to you, FIVEAA Milk Company celebrates an incredible milestone. 20 years. For 2 decades, local farming families have woken before sunrise, worked through drought and rising costs, so we can all enjoy the freshest milk available. So, when you choose FIVEAA Milk Company, you're part of that 20-year legacy too. Backing local farms, local jobs and local families. Look for FIVEAA Milk Company products at your supermarket. And let's keep a good thing going.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube. Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
It is 8 minutes to 8 o'clock on the 8th of July. It's a Wednesday, and we are talking all things phone outages this morning because we've had some issues with Telstra, which has been a nationwide problem. We've had plenty of calls and texts about it. We're asking, what would you like to have cloned? Off the back of the front page story, which is talking about the police horse Vulcan, which passed away last year. They are cloning that horse. If you could clone anything, what would it be? And we've had some great suggestions this morning, Ned.
Some crackers. I just love the text line. There's some hilarious suggestions on here. People talking about pets or their child when they were a certain age. Someone wants to clone a racehorse that they had a winner at Morfett Vale, which was brilliant. And I still think Helen's text from about 10 or 15 minutes ago about the pandas at the zoo was a cracker too, Helen, so good morning to you. Just an update on Telstra. Michael from Salisbury said restarting his phone worked to get his Telstra coverage.
It's good.
Rennie, another texter with no name, said it started working 5 minutes ago. Sue from Christie's Beach says Vodafone's all good, and others rightfully very much disencouraged with Telstra and others looking at alternative links. Rick from Aldinga Beach says, hi, my phone is on Telstra and my iPad on the Optus network. For this exact reason, Starlink must be looked at, I think, says Rick from Aldinga Beach.
Great stuff. Well, it's 7 minutes to 7 o'clock and it's Wednesday, so it is time for...
David Kosh on 5AA Breakfast.
It is always great to catch up with the Port Adelaide Football Club chairman and compare the market economic director, David Kosh. Koshy, good morning to you.
Good morning, team.
It is great to be with you. Hey, Koshy, some big news yesterday in the NRL world, a $5.3 billion broadcast deal. Now, we'll compare the figures with the AFL, and I think the deal's up in 2031. You'll be able to speak to it better than me. But first of all, I want to play you some audio. This is Peter V'landys, who we know is a sort of larger-than-life character in charge of racing New South Wales and the NRL. This is his little subtle dig at the AFL.
We are now the most viewed program in Australia and in the Pacific. Don't listen to what other people tell you, especially some down south. We are the number one viewed sport in Australia.
Koshy, say what you like about him. He's a character, isn't he? And he's got him a big deal.
It is a really big deal. It's a whopper. See, you can look at all the top line figures, but a lot of them are smoke and mirrors. It all boils down to the cash, because what they throw in is a lot of contra advertising, a lot of production services, and how that gets measured is nobody knows really, but it just gets added to the bottom line. But, you know, they're going to get $145 million in cash annually for the free-to-air rights, TV rights, just the free-to-air ones, and let alone from Foxtel. So it is a really big deal. I think all the figures challenge his claim that it's the most viewed sport. It's certainly not if you look at the figures.
Yes.
And the data on it, and certainly it's nowhere near the most attended sport. Even though it's primarily a TV game, and they see it as a TV game, sort of attendances in the AFL are way above the NRL and also viewing. Now, a lot of that is because AFL games go longer, but, the figures are the figures. It's AFL is definitely the most viewed. But having said all that, it is a massive figure. Volandis is a great character for the NRL. He puts them on the map. He's in a battle with AFL, and he's sort of like the ringmaster. And he's got a bit of cunning to him, and he's just one of those characters.
He's amazing, isn't he? So, Koshy, the last AFL deal, I think, was $4.5 billion. This one for the NRL, 5.3. I think the AFL one expires in 2031. Pressure, I suppose, now. I guess it shows the money's there, so Andrew Dillon and the team try and go for more?
Well, that's the thing, because broadcast is fractured right around the world. You have, for example, in the NFL, they sell off single games or weekend games to streaming services like Amazon, and Disney gets involved in some of the sports, but not the whole season. So that's been the view here, that you could slice and dice the competition and make it sort of more financially palatable chunks for different streamers and free-to-air networks and subscription networks to chase. But as a whole, you get a bigger payout. But this certainly proves that the traditional media, free-to-air, and also Foxtel and subscription have got the money there to pay for it. So
Koshy,
that's an interesting sort of change in thinking on what the future of media rights deals could be.
Alternatively, though, if you were to put your feet in a broadcaster's shoes, how would you get a return on investment for a capital outlay of something like that? I mean, how would you get creative? How does that look in 5 years' time, Rennie? 10 years' time, Koshy?
Well, it's also the digital rights, I think, is the big thing. Getting the digital rights to games so you can slice it and dice it into short-form games, putting it on socials where the advertising dollars are growing significantly. I think that's a key to it. Where AFL really comes into its own for broadcasters is that there are 4 quarters. It goes longer. It means I don't want to get too businessy about this, but it means your production costs are spread over a longer period of time. So overall, the cost per minute of producing an AFL game is less than NRL, because all your infrastructure, your commentators, all that sort of thing are there. And if they're commentating for 2 hours, 3 hours, you just add an extra hour on and you get the revenue. There's time for an ad after every goal. So scoring is a lot higher in AFL. So you can place more ads if you're a free-to-air television network, more ads more often in an AFL game. So it's that complex algorithm, if you like, of how you maximise the revenue dollars in game, and that's where AFL has always had bigger broadcast deals, because there's more opportunity to do that.
If there's so much upside in the digital distribution, Koshy, do you expect there to be more rules or regulation around the use of content? You see these independent creators, getting AFL games and commenting on them, yet, large media networks are paying huge dollars to have that.
You'd need to look at that, but also they're promoting the game. The content creators, they have massive followings. So that's the tricky balancing act, because you wanted the game in front of young eyes and talked about the new generation of member and supporter coming through, and they're consuming that through digital at the moment. So, and then there's also the question of, like in some of the European leagues, in some of the American sport, the clubs own their own content. They have their own channel to actually produce things. So there are lots of different models, but we're a small country in a pretty small market. So I think if we can concentrate the media deals into two partners, as the NRL and AFL is at the moment, well, then it makes the negotiations a whole lot easier. You start to build a more diverse model, and it's harder to manage. But as I said before, the total cost could be beneficial to be able to do that. So that's what they're thinking about for the future. But in the AFL, it's a few years to come. You never know what the media landscape is going to be. You never know the impact of AI in terms of slicing and dicing your content and how you get it to different consumers. So that's the exciting challenge about media rights deals. It's constantly changing.
And Koshy, just quickly, a great win again on the weekend, albeit there were a lot of frees, but top 10 calculations.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. I've still got bit of PTSD from the whistle happy nature of it, but you're still in top 10 calculations.
Yeah. It's the old adage, you just take it 1 week at a time, but it's great to see a lot of the young players stepping up, the Joe Berries, the Josh Lyes, Whitlocks, getting lots of games into young players. We're still an incredibly young team. I think for the showdown, it was the youngest team in 9 years that we'd put on the park. So it's great to see those young players developing before our eyes.
Koshy, always great to catch up. Have a fabulous week.
Thanks, guys.
Great stuff. David Koch there, Port Adelaide Football Club Chairman and Compare the Market Economic Director. Time to head across to the newsroom. Plenty more coming up on 5AA Brekkie.
Up-to-the-minute news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees with the 8 o'clock news. Good morning. I'm Kate Collins.
30 years strong. Physio Extra providing personalised treatment, modern facilities and trusted results for every patient. PhysioExtra.com.
The US has resumed missile strikes on Iran. It's in retaliation to attacks from Tehran on commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. 2 men will appear in court today over a shooting at Morford Vale on Monday, the pair forcing their way into a home on Wheatshift Road before allegedly firing shots and assaulting a man inside and stealing a black Holden Commodore. Police and Star Group officers arrested 2 men aged 23 and 31 at Christie Downs yesterday. The pair have been charged with aggravated serious criminal trespass, property damage and aggravated assault. The car has also been seized for forensic examination. SA police horse Vulcan's legacy will live on, with the decorated police grey being cloned. During his career, Vulcan attended 9 Christmas pageants, 9 Anzac Day parades, 52 police graduations and 31 public protests, and had a temperament that's hard to find. When he died last year, aged 23, horse breeding specialists Catalina were commissioned to clone him. Catalina's John Farron Price says stem cells were taken from his bone marrow.
Once we had those stem cells, we're then able to make a cloned embryo. And we make that cloned embryo, we transfer it into one of our recipient mares up here in Sydney, and then usual 11-month gestation for a horse, and there's a healthy foal at the end of it.
And police horse Windsor has officially retired from duty, aged 22. Windsor joined SAPOL as a 2-year-old and went on to provide 2 decades of service to the South Australian community. Victoria's entire regional train network is down after a mass Telstra outage across the country. Tens of thousands of customers and businesses are also unable to access data and make calls. Due to a radio network fault affecting the network, no V-Line services are able to run. Very limited coach replacement services are available. Tech expert Stephen Fennick says there's no timeline on recovery.
Well, how long is a piece of string, mate? There was an Optus outage in 2023 that lasted 14 hours. So hopefully it won't be as severe as that. I'm hoping that well before lunchtime services will be restored.
Rugby League will take centre stage as the Prime Minister continues to woo Pacific leaders. Nelson Scott reports.
Fresh off the plane from the Solomon Islands, Anthony Albanese will host his Samoan, Tongan and Papua New Guinea counterparts in Brisbane today. The group will discuss regional security, trade and economic growth, while Australia and PNG will celebrate their defence treaty officially coming into force. The leaders are also expected to sign agreements determining how they will spend about $200 million allocated for grassroots rugby league in the Pacific. The group will then attend the State of Origin decider at Suncorp Stadium.
Hundreds of transport workers are planning to protest outside Aldi stores across the country. The union representing the workers say it's identified dangerous practices in the supermarket's transport supply chain. Aldi says it's committed to safety and rejects allegations made by the TWU. And the 2026 Sala Festival is only a few weeks away and the wraps have come off the program. This year's festival will feature more than 10,000 artists presenting more than 700 exhibitions and events across South Australia. It runs throughout the month of August. Now taking a look at 5AA Sport.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
Over to Corey Norris.
Very good morning to you, Kate. Novak Djokovic is through to another Wimbledon semi-final after an epic 5-hour, 5-set win over Felix Auger-Aliassime.
It was really anybody's game in the super tiebreak in the fifth. What can I say? I mean, these are kind of moments that I still play tennis for sure.
At the World Cup, Switzerland and Colombia are nil all deep into extra time of their round of 16 clash. Earlier, Argentina came from 2-0 down to defeat Egypt 3-2. Riley Philthorpe will be one of 4 Crows put to the test at training tonight, out to prove he's recovered from a bout of illness that forced him out of last Friday's clash in Perth. Power defender Kane Farrell has a chance to take on the Saints on Saturday, having recovered from a groin concern. Gold Coast Ben Long has had a 2-game ban for his ugly hit on Collingwood's Braden Maynard, cut down to 1 match at the AFL Tribunal, and that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Corey. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Browse undercover in comfort for your certified pre-owned Toyota at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Morning there. A couple of breakdowns getting sorted at the moment. One at Crafers West on the freeway heading downtown. That's just near the Crafers exit. Another one at Parkside. That's on Green Hill Road at the Unley Road intersection. South Road stupidly busy this morning. Pretty well all the way from Tonsley through to Myland. So good luck heading that way this morning. And slowing up Anzac Highway heading into the city via Ashford. Early morning camera today, McGill Road at McGill. Instead of worrying about what ifs, set your business up right with ANZ and start to wonder what's the best that could happen. Start your business right. Search ANZ Business Start Right. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
And now to the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees in Adelaide. Mostly sunny for your Thursday too, 17 the top. Becoming cloudy on Friday, 17 degrees. And showers returning for the weekend, 15 the top on Saturday and Sunday. Right now it's 12 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
What if you could see exactly what your car technician sees? Now you can with AutoMaster's AutoCam. You'll get a real-time video report and an itemised quote from your AutoMaster's technician. See the issue firsthand, get a clear explanation and approve it instantly by SMS. No surprises, just total transparency. Call 1300 AutoMasters.
You can feel the difference. Introducing Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
Do you need a little bit of help to keep living independently? Well, Support at Home helps you stay comfortable, connected and also living well. But knowing where to start and access these services can be a bit overwhelming. So that is where ECH can help.
Yeah, for over 60 years, ECH has been working alongside older South Australians with caring, practical advice. Their friendly team can talk you through support at home options, answer your questions and help you understand what's available. Speak with them over the phone or arrange a personal visit, whatever feels right for you.
So it means you don't have to figure it out all on your own. To find out what Support at Home could mean for you, simply ask ECH. Call 1300 275 324 or visit the website ech.asn.au.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Toop and Toop has been named Australia's #1 large residential agency of the year at the Real Estate Institute of Australia National Awards. It's a proud moment and a reflection of more than 40 years helping South Australians buy and sell property with trusted advice, strategic expertise and exceptional results. As a family-owned agency, we're incredibly grateful to our clients and community for placing their trust in Toop and Toop since 1985. To learn more, visit toop.com.au.
With Automasters AutoCam, you get a video report on your car with an itemised quote. See the issue, get a clear explanation and approve it instantly by SMS. Call 1300 Automasters.
You can feel the difference.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Knockdown, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
We are into the final hour here on 5AA Breakfast. We're up and about. It's 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. Ned McHenry and Tom Rehn with you through until 9. It's Wednesday, the 8th of July. A big hour coming up too, Ned. We're about to talk some fish with Professor Mike Steer, who's been doing a great job talking all things health with regards to that sector, which I know you're very passionate about, Ned. We'll also have Hit the High Note. We've got those Into the Woods tickets to give away, so looking forward to that. We'll talk about a wonderful charity which Kate Collins is a part of, and this is for cystic fibrosis. So we'll discuss the charity drive that they are doing. We'll bring you up to date with the World Cup latest. A penalty shootout has just started between Switzerland and Colombia, and we'll also talk to a tech expert off the back of these issues we've been having with Telstra overnight. We've had plenty of calls and texts about it, people affected throughout the state this morning, so we'd love to hear from you, but we will chat to a tech expert to get to the bottom of it, Ned.
Looking forward to that. SARDI Director Professor Mike Steer joins us on the line. Professor, thanks for your time. Some good news about our King George Whiting.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen. Yeah, there is some good news with the closure of the King George Whiting spawning area. That was the research for the closure has actually been built over a number of years. You may recall we implemented that closure back in about 2017 and 2018, and that was on the back of a huge amount of research that was looking at where the fish accumulate, where they lay their eggs, and their reproductive season. So it's fundamentally based on the biology. And what we know about King George Whiting is that they all the small fish are up in the northern parts of the Gulf, and as they grow, they slowly migrate down to the southern Gulfs and accumulate there when they're about 3, 4, 5 years old, and they stay there. And over the winter months, so March, April, May, June, they spawn. So it is effectively the engine room of productivity for our South Australian King George Whiting populations. So worthy of protecting, right? So you want to look after those big breeders and spawning stock. So a fair bit of research that's underpinned that. And what we've identified is the spawning tends to be dominated or peaking around May and June, and it just dribbles through a bit of July. So that's one of the reasons why it's been decided to open it up a little bit earlier, because the spawning is pretty much done and dusted in that area.
Professor Steer, King George Whiting, I mean, even anecdotally and in my experience, they haven't been as affected by the algal bloom. I would say, you're the expert. Do you agree with that statement? And how are some of the other species going that probably have suffered a little bit more?
Yeah, you're spot on, Ned, and we have seen different species in different areas being impacted at different scales. So in Spencer Gulf, it wasn't as heavily impacted by the harmful algal bloom in comparison to Gulf St Vincent. You know, the majority of the impact was in the smaller of our two Gulfs, and calamari and garfish were two species that were significantly impacted, and particularly calamari. You know, we've not seen evidence of large schools of calamari in that area for a while, and other species like blue crab have come back. So yeah, very very different impacts compared from when you compare one gulf to another.
Professor Steer, I was going to ask just that question. How are we doing, I guess, more broadly? And obviously we went through a lot with regards to the algal bloom in the last 12 months or so, but are we getting to a stage where things are almost back to where they were before we got to that stage? And are we always in a state where things could return or, it could come back? How is it placed, I guess, overall more broadly?
Yeah, so we're looking pretty good at the moment, and have been for quite a while. We're over the harmful algal bloom, the big event that we encountered last year, and the majority of the state is clear or no or low levels. And remember, these algal species are part of our marine ecosystem, so they're always there, but normally in low numbers. We do have a bit of activity around Eyre Peninsula, around Boston Bay, Port Lincoln, etc., and we do see elevated Karenia cells in that area around this time of the year. The species over there is largely the Karenia mikimotoi, so that's the one that doesn't produce the biotoxins, so it's not having a dramatic impact on the marine ecosystem there. So we're not seeing any fish washing up. We're not seeing huge foamy events. So I think we're back to relatively plain sailing at the moment. But we do know that the marine ecosystem has been severely or significantly impacted by the bloom. As we recall, the large quantities of dead fish that we've seen, and the fact that our fisheries have been impacted. So it's going to take a little while for some of those species to come back and for the ecosystem to recover. But we're on a good trajectory, right? And fingers crossed, it doesn't rear its head again.
Did some great fishing over the last couple of days at Coffin Bay, Professor Steer. The whiting were in good numbers. It was brilliant to be over there. Now, I've got to ask you, and this isn't a gotcha moment. I'm not looking for a headline or anything like that. It is just for clarity. Do you think we've made a mistake in and around the messaging of the toxicity of the algal bloom? It's been in the news. I'm sure you're probably sick of talking about it, but how do you define something as being toxic or not?
Yeah, I don't think we made a mistake. It's about dealing with the scientific information as it comes across. We knew early on that there was a brevitoxin in the system. We're seeing it detected in shellfish, in oysters and mussels. So we knew that there was something in the bloom that was creating that, and the science was really quick to catch up, and there's been some incredible work, collective work done through the University of Technology Sydney and Adelaide Uni and Sardi Pursa to pull together, I guess, a greater understanding of what was producing those toxins, and then that Karenia cristata was identified. I mean, when we got that information at warp speed, but the important distinction between the toxicology is that it's the toxicity is to the marine life, so it's the gill-breathing organisms, the fish, the cephalopods, and there is a real differential risk to people, and the evidence has become much clearer that Karenia cristata is highly toxic to fish, and the evidence for human health is really different, and public health advice has continued to be based on the latest evidence available to SA Health. So I think the distinction, the challenge was balancing the biotoxicology between the impacts on the marine ecosystem and then the next step in trying to translate that to a public health message, which was a real challenge, right?
Professor, is it fair to say there is a PR element, a community confidence element in that too, or do you think I'm overstepping the mark with that?
I think, look, we haven't experienced this before. We've seen algal blooms pop up around the coast and only last a little while. But this event, the term's been used a lot, unprecedented. And in terms of, and the reason why we call it an unprecedented event, because of the scale, how large it was and how persistent it was. And also, there was a lot of unknowns around the composition of the algae. We've come an incredibly long way over the past 16 months to understand more about, the underlying drivers, the composition of the algae, the impact it has on the marine ecosystem. I think from a public relations issue, if we had all the answers at the beginning, it would have been a lot easier. But we were, science was developing on the way. As we were going through that response phase, we were learning things every day. And the good thing about that is we were able to translate all that cutting-edge science or the new knowledge that was coming through to the public. And the uncertainty was a real challenge too. So, as we'll develop more science in this area, now we've got the Office for Algal Bloom Research that'll address some of these gaps. We'll be more informed and better positioned, I think, in the future if a bloom kicks off here in South Australia or anywhere in Australia. So, knowledge is always going to be improving.
And it sounds like things are on the improve. Professor Mike Steer, SARDI Director, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate the update.
No worries, gentlemen. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you so much, Professor Mike Steer there. High drama at the World Cup. We'll bring you the audio of how it's concluded on the other side of the break. It has all been happening.
Stop it.
Penalty shootout, high tension. You carried that interview because I was sort of watching.
You looked very interested in King George Whiting over there.
I was, but I was also having sort of one eye on what was going on as well. So we'll bring you the audio of that on the other side. But in the meantime, let's check out what's going on with the traffic. Enjoy your outdoor area all year round with an opening and closing roof, designed, manufactured and installed locally by Louver House.
Crayfors West, a breakdown on the freeway down track near the Crayfors exit. Parklands, another breakdown there. This one on Green Hill Road near Unley Road. Blair, urgent electrical works on Old Blair Road near James Road and getting busy South Road, Edwardstown. Slow Brighton Road, Brighton with a camera, Midway Road, Elizabeth Park. Need to increase your protein intake? Porto's got the solution. No shaker required. 48 grams of protein from real flame-grilled chicken. The quarter chicken meal only at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic, on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
My anger is to FIFA.
Adelaide's only local sports show.
Shown to be the corrupt organisation that we've known them always to be, where money talks and you know what walks.
The 5AA Sports Show. Weekday afternoons from 4 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Oh, geez, it's hot in here. Can someone pass the Morford air? Oh, that's better.
When the temperature is too hot or cold to bear, reach for the Morford Air, Adelaide's own homegrown family air conditioning company. Morford Air has kept South Australians perfectly comfortable for over 50 years. So when it's too hot or cold to bear, you can always reach for the Morford Air. Look for the bright blue building at 602 Marion Road or visit morfordair.com.au.
Morford. Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. The Excelsior Hotel is back. Fully renovated kitchen, fresh new dining room and new menu with all-day dining from 12. Come to something new at the Excelsior Hotel.
Cheese, crepes, champagne, merci. Bastille Day is back at the market. We're going to be there on Friday. I cannot wait. Celebrate France's national holiday over 2 exciting days, this Friday and Saturday. It's going to be amazing. There's plenty of food lined up over the next 2 days and so much more over those 2 days. Plus, you can check out what's on for the school holidays with kids' activities and free cooking demonstrations. Not to mention, and I know you'll love this one, Ned, a champagne bar, crepes and more with free live music and entertainment to set the soul of French culture alive. That's in the market, including Friday night opera.
Fantastic. Stock up on all of your favourite French goodies this Friday and Saturday at the Adelaide Central Market. Think baguettes, yum, croissants, small goods, and, of course, the cheese, Rennie.
Oh, it's so good. Bastille Day is the best. So you can join the celebrations, it's so easy, and transport your taste buds to France. See the full program and book at the website adelaidecentralmarket.com.
Beechwood Homes, Adelaide's leading bespoke home builder, celebrates 35 years. Over that time, they've helped many hundreds of people realise their dream of building a home exactly how they envisioned it. That's the wonderful thing about building with Beechwood. There are no set plans, no set rules. It all starts with a pen, paper, and your ideas. just like it did 35 years ago. If you can dream it, Beechwood Homes can build it. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
Know the news with Adelaide's 7 News. Don't miss Adelaide's leading news hour tonight at 6 o'clock.
Knock down, build 2 with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
Coming up to 26 minutes to past 8 o'clock this morning on 5AA Brekkie. I mentioned high drama at the World Cup. 0-0 after full time between Switzerland and Colombia. A quarterfinal berth on the line. 0-0 after extra time. So then it goes down to penalties. Switzerland, Colombia. Colombia miss one. Switzerland miss one. Colombia miss another one. Switzerland with a chance to win 4-3 on penalties.
It's all over! Switzerland are going to the quarter-final of the World Cup, and they've got a date with Lionel Messi and Argentina in Kansas City.
Unbelievable finish. That audio thanks to SBS. So Argentina, if you're just waking up wondering what happened with their match against Egypt, remember it would have been Australia playing Argentina had we won, but we lost to Egypt in penalties. Well, Egypt led 2-0, can you believe, Ned? Until the 79th minute. They scored 3 times in 13 minutes to win 3-2. Unbelievable drama.
What about Mary and our Colombian friends down there at Plant 4 Bowden?
I'm a bit sad for them. She was so excited.
She was awesome.
They were partying, they were dancing, they were eating Colombian food, having the best time. But unfortunately, it's not going to be the party they wanted. So they lose. But Ned, we are going to keep on partying and we're going to keep on singing because
yes,
it is time for Hit the High Note. So we want your calls, 8223 0000, folks. We've had 2 great winners. You don't have to sing well. You just have to give it half an attempt and you will win this prize to see Into the Woods at Her Majesty's Theatre, experience music, magic and mystery, and that's with Into the Woods. There are only 4 shows at Her Majesty's Theatre, August 22nd to 29th. Book now through State Opera South Australia. If you think you can finish the song and hit the note, give us a call, folks, 8223 0000. I'm going to play the song, Ned, and you have to hit the high note. So you and I will have a bit of a crack as it's rolling along.
Great.
And I say rolling along because it is. So that's Adele. That was Ned and I's very poor attempt.
Oh, wow.
At Rolling in the Deep. Great song, though. She
Cracker song.
She played here at Adelaide Oval, I think.
She is fabulous, Adele.
What a voice.
What a great show as well. Isn't she great? She interacts with the audience.
Yeah.
Just brilliant. Love Adele. And that is a great song to do it, folks. Get engaged with this. 8223 0000. Finish the high note for a chance to win those tickets. Brilliant.
Really here this morning, but Ned's got me covered, Julie. He's keeping me going this morning.
I bet he has.
Are you ready to hit this high note, Julie, or what?
Oh, look, Adele, she was great. She's one of the best concerts I've been to.
Oh, so you went. So you're familiar with this song now. Julie, do you want me to play you the long version one more time so you know what you're doing?
No.
Oh, okay, you're just going to go for it.
Julie.
All right, here we go, Julie.
I'm going to wing it.
I'm going to play the song. It'll stop, and you just need to keep it going. Are you ready?
Before you do that, hi, Becky. Don't forget to text into the high fivers.
Oh, good.
Oh,
yes, okay.
She's one of the high five.
Eddie
Now,
knows.
for those wondering, Ned usually does early breakfast 5 till 6, and for those that call in before 5:30, they call them the high fivers.
There you go.
So, which do a great job, and there's a lot of them too. Here we go. We're going to roll it here, Julie, and we need you to hit the note.
Yep. Okay. Rolling in the deep.
That is magnificent.
That's the only song I know the words to.
Jules, that was great. You're in tune.
I know. I'm excellent, aren't I?
You are.
In my lifetime.
No, we're going to go karaoke with you, Julie. You've nailed that. You've won those tickets. Well done.
Cheers. Thanks, boys.
Great stuff, Julie from Tetra Gully. She actually went a bit more. She went a bit further than what the long
You should have
version
stopped
was.
the song. We could have kept going.
Could have had the whole 2.5, 3 minute number.
She stops and then goes on to the next one, pounding on the pavement.
So well done. That's the Into the Woods double pass. Stay State Opera, 4 shows only, August 22 to 29 at Her Majesty's Theatre. Julie, congratulations. We'll do that again tomorrow, I think, Ned. We'll have to find a song, something where you got to get high.
I love that high note segment. That's a cracker.
That is a beauty.
Well done, Jules.
We are going to head off to the newsroom. We'll read some of those texts after the 8:30 news. Plenty more to come, folks, here on 5AA Brekkie.
5AA Breakfast is streaming live right now. To watch, simply head to 5AA on Facebook or YouTube.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
17 and partly cloudy today with the 8:30 news. Good morning, I'm Kate Collins.
The X in Physio Extra stands for extra time, extra care, extra convenience to treat those niggling injuries. 6 locations, physioextra.com.
Police have reported 2 boys allegedly involved in organised fights after videos were posted to social media. Following investigations, the 14 and 17-year-olds from the northern suburbs have been reported for fighting in a public place. They'll face court at a later date. Police have identified another 4 boys involved and are attempting to locate them. A horse breeder in Sydney is helping clone one of SA's most decorated police horses, Vulcan. When he died last year, aged 23, Catalina took stem cells from his bone marrow to create an embryo. It'll hopefully be transferred to a recipient mare this coming spring-summer. Catalina's John Farron-Price says it'll ensure his legacy lives on.
We've followed more than 80 clones here at Catalina in Sydney, and it is kind of reasonably common now, although this is the first use for a police force, and we hope we'll be doing a few more.
And Sapole is today farewelling another police horse, Windsor. At 22 years old, he's officially retired from duty. During his career, Windsor was deployed on 396 operations, including 19 searches. WA Police are urging Telstra customers to make arrangements for vulnerable family members as a nationwide Telstra outage affects 000 calls for customers. An outage is causing issues for mobile phone customers and disrupting tens of thousands of businesses. Tech expert Stephen Fennick says it's not just Telstra services being affected.
It is also affecting the mobile virtual network operators, so the Telstra partners like Belong and Aldi as well, so Boost Mobile also.
Hundreds of workers are holding protests outside Aldi stores across the country, including here in SA. The TWU says it's identified dangerous practices in the supermarket's transport supply chain. Incidents reported including truck rollovers and a failure to properly maintain some vehicles. But Aldi has rejected those claims, saying they're committed to safety, fair pay and excellent working conditions through the entire supply chain. The Pentagon has unleashed a new wave of airstrikes on Iran and revoked its licence to sell oil. It comes after Tehran targeted 3 tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. The Prime Minister will host Pacific leaders in Brisbane today with a push to expand rugby league on the agenda. Nelson Scott has the story.
On the final stop of his Pacific Blitz, Anthony Albanese will meet his Samoan, Tongan and Papua New Guinea counterparts in Brisbane today. The 4 leaders will discuss regional security, trade and economic growth, and is timed with the official activation of the Australia-PNG military treaty. An agreement is also expected to be signed, allocating around $200 million for grassroots rugby league across the Pacific. The group will then attend the State of Origin decider at Suncorp Stadium.
And Prince Harry and 6 other claimants, among them Elton John, have lost their case against the publisher of the Daily Mail. The High Court has dismissed allegations the publisher violated their privacy by tapping their phones. It accepted the argument friends, colleagues and staff working for the claimants provided the stories. The group now face a $50 million payout. Now taking a look at 5AA Sport.
Get to Agostino Mitsubishi, Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes for the Outlander ES. Drive away from just $39,990.
Good morning, Corey Norris.
Very good morning to you, Kate. Switzerland will take on Argentina in the World Cup quarterfinals after defeating Colombia in a dramatic penalty shootout.
It's all over! Switzerland are going to the quarter-final of the World Cup, and they've got a date with Lionel Messi at Argentina in Kansas City.
That audio thanks to SBS. Three Crows will be putting up their hands to return to the side for Saturday night's clash against Gold Coast. Riley Thilthorpe, Wayne Miller and Luke Pedler will all be put to the test at training tonight. Cal Archie is expected to return from his latest hamstring concern via the Sandful. Port Adelaide chairman David Koch has hit back at NRL boss Peter V'landys claims rugby league is Australia's most viewed sport. Koch is told 5AA the numbers just don't add up.
I think all the figures challenge his claim that it's the most viewed sport. It's certainly not if you look at the figures.
Yes.
And the data on it, and certainly it's nowhere near the most attended sport.
And Novak Djokovic is through to another Wimbledon semi-final after an epic 5-hour, 5-set win over Felix Auger-Aliassime. And that's the 5AA Sport.
Thanks, Corey. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Browse undercover in comfort for your certified pre-owned Toyota at the new Jarvis Toyota, Brighton Road, Somerton Park.
Morning there. A couple of breakdowns getting sorted at the moment. One at Crayfors West on the freeway down track just near the Crayfors exit. Another one in the Parklands this morning. It's on Green Hill Road near Unley Road. And look out for regional electrical works this morning at Belair, Old Belair Road near James Road. Camera, Phillip Highway, Elizabeth. Until July 31, receive a deposit contribution on select vehicles with Mercedes-Benz Financial. Visit Mercedes-Benz Adelaide and Unley today. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now to the 5AA forecast. Partly cloudy today. We're heading for a top of 17 degrees. Mostly sunny on Thursday, 17. Becoming cloudy on Friday, also 17. And showers return for the weekend, 15 the top on Saturday and Sunday. Right now it's 12 degrees on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
You had a dream. Life happened. You parked it. Well, the dream is back. The Honda Prelude returns. Reimagined for right now. For everyone who never stopped dreaming. See the icon for yourself at Formula Honda Glen Osmond or Modbury. The Prelude is reborn with hybrid efficiency, intuitive tech and instant torque. Welcome back, Prelude. Visit Formula Honda at Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury and book a test drive today.
Illusion Gas Log Fire's stock reduction sale is on now. For a limited time, the Australian-made Luminar 3500 is half price. Built to heat up to 100 square metres, the Luminar 3500 is in high demand and stock won't last. Get in store today.
Folks, join the convo with me, Cornsey, on the Conversations with Cornsey podcast. You can find it on the 5AA Player app.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blocking up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. For fixed price services, call Precise.
For a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
A smashed or damaged windscreen can happen in a heartbeat, but it does get worse if you don't go to your local Complete Windscreens to get it fixed. You could be waiting weeks, and look, that's not on. Complete Windscreens has windscreens and glass for all makes and models in stock right now with 15 technicians standing by to get you back on the road. You don't need to wait. Tell your insurance company you want Complete Windscreens on the job, completewindscreens.com.au. Look for the big red koala.
Is it big enough, Stephen?
What?
I said, is it big enough, the truck?
Oh, yeah, this will do. This is huge.
So why are we moving all your fishing rods and nets out of the shed?
Well, I may have lowballed the number of rods and gear I have to the wifey, but I need a stealthy little clear-out's required, Timmy.
And if she finds out?
I'll be booted out and I'm with you.
Beauty. I'll grab me golf clubs.
You're not having them.
Got something big to budge? Budget with a budget rental truck. Call 13 27 27.
Is your outdoor area living up to its potential? If not, speak to Luba House and transform your outdoor area with an opening and closing roof that's ready for next summer. An SA family-owned business, Luba House do everything. Planning, design, council approvals, local manufacturing and installation, so you'll have peace of mind it's done right. Don't wait any longer. Find out more with a free design, measure and quote. Bring your outdoor area to life with Luba House. luvahouse.com.au.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
You turn on the hot water tap and wait. A few seconds pass. The water is still cold and you think, come on, please, not today. If your hot water service is living on borrowed time, so are your showers. Retire your old hot water service before it catches you out. Speak with the gas shop today about a new Rehn continuous flow hot water system at an unbeatable price. The gas shop has fitters ready to install right now. Visit thegasshop.com.au.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
Time has really flown this morning for us, Ned, hasn't it, on AA Brekkie?
Well, that's a good thing, I think,
It's
Rennie.
a great thing.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly right. 19 minutes to 9 o'clock. This isn't so fun, though. We've been talking this morning about outages with Telstra, and you've had issues with your phone, and you've sort of mentioned it in the past that it's happened before. It's happened to me. I'm with Optus. Why does it happen? We thought we'd get someone who actually knows a bit about the technical side of things. So Lee Stark is a tech expert for FIVEAA, that's pickr.com.au, and has been good enough to join us to talk us through it. Lee, thank you so much for your time. Telstra issues reported from about 3 o'clock this morning, thousands of issues around the country, Sydney, Melbourne, here in SA, Ned's had them as well. Why do issues like this happen, and, you know, how do people sort of get around it if they're having problems?
Well, if you're having problems still, the solution that we're actually posing that actually works is to go into airplane mode if you've got it. So easily just swipe down on the top of your phone, iPhone and Android, hit airplane mode, wait 3 seconds and turn it back off. And that'll force a handshake with the system, which is weirdly also probably what Telstra will advise when this whole messy ordeal is over. Airplane mode on and off is a great way to kind of jumpstart the network and kind of get back on. As to why it happens, they haven't told us why, but we typically know why these things occur because they're so consistent. It's almost always either hardware or software failure. Obviously, it can be one of the two, but it's almost always software. And the reason is hardware, if something goes out in one place, so Sydney, it wouldn't affect Melbourne or Adelaide or Perth area. This is affected nationwide. So it does suggest it's more software-based, which usually means an update has rolled out to something and it hasn't rolled out properly. And 9 times out of 10, it usually means that one of the connection systems, either for DNS, which is how basically your internet is routed, that's what affected Cloudflare a year or two ago, any system like that, or even Amazon, when these things occur, it's almost always some sort of software connection that kind of disables a network or disables an internet system and kind of prevents people from getting through. So we have a vague idea of what has probably happened, but we still wait for Telstra to tell us. It doesn't really help people to know this. So the solution is, as I said, as the network comes back up, and I've got 2 Telstra connections here, one for Belong and one for Telstra, both of these have worked. Go into airplane mode, wait 3 seconds, turn it off, and basically re-handshake with the network. That's what your phone will do.
Lee, Starlink's been a hot topic for our listeners. We enjoyed discussing the advantages of that service. Can you explain the difference, I suppose, in infrastructure and software for something like Starlink compared to traditional networks, and why can't that be replicated in organisations like Telstra and Vodafone?
It can be. It's different. In fact, there are instances where Telstra also has Starlink services for satellite connections in rural Australia, but they're very different. So mobile connections are reliant on towers and basically proximity to towers and radius from towers, how they talk to each other. Satellite connections like Starlink and eventually when we get Amazon's version of it, Project Leo, they use what's called low Earth orbiting satellites or LEO satellites. They're basically small satellites that are closer to the Earth than larger satellites, but they rely on basically a network of satellites to provide transmission. And so to use something like a Starlink, you would have to have a phone capable of connecting nonstop to them, which there aren't really phones that take advantage of that for phone calls yet. You can use the Starlink connection on Telstra services, and that would probably get you around this problem. You can use the Starlink connections for SMS, but they're not really reliable for phone calls. You can use Starlink if you have it for Wi-Fi connection, and obviously that would get you around it. And if you are in reach of a Wi-Fi network anyway, if you have NBN hardwired at home, then you could also use that. But Starlink is very different because it does use satellite connections as opposed to towers.
Is there any reason, Lee, in particular as well? I know things are a little bit haphazard at times and can be unpredictable, but we seem to be getting better in the tech space. Are we seeing fewer of these outages, or is it becoming more widespread? And is it something people can expect moving forward?
I think it's really difficult to know if it's becoming more widespread. We're certainly seeing a lot this year. We've seen one from Vodafone only recently. We saw one from Optus earlier this year. I mean, we've seen them from every carrier. The theory is it's supposed to get better as the technology evolves. In fact, Telstra has told us before. We're on 4G and 5G networks right now. 5G is the primary network that we're moving to, and 6G will pop up, believe it or not, in 3 or 4 years' time. And we already know that's going to be what's called an AI native network, which theoretically means that if a problem were to occur, AI would maybe be able to diagnose and fix it as quickly as humanly possible. So theoretically, by 2030, if this sort of thing happens, a bit of software or a line of code can fix this without anyone being the wiser. But that's still, as I said, 3 or 4 years away, so there's not much we can do about that in the immediate. So this sort of thing shouldn't happen as often as it does. Even one major outage like this in the space of a year is a big deal. Given this has been happening for several hours now and people are now just coming back online, it's a huge issue because it's not just affecting just an errant phone call or data. It does affect people's ability to work, to even take calls, and it affects transport as well. We've seen in Sydney and Melbourne that this is affecting their connection lines as well.
Mm. It's definitely frustrating. There's no question about that. But thank you for navigating us through it, Lee. Really appreciate your time this morning.
Always happy to help.
Great stuff. Lee Stark there from picar.com.au, a tech expert talking about the Telstra outage. Tune in, folks, if you want to, and you can, on the 5AA Facebook and YouTube live stream. Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in my boots. Register or donate today, walkamile.org.au. You would have heard Kate Collins doing a great job, as she always does, reading the news this morning. Kate, good morning to you.
Good morning, Rennie. Back in the newsroom today. I was with you last week, which was really nice.
And doing an amazing job. And tell us, you've been doing work with Cure for Cystic Fibrosis for a long time now, and the City Bay is coming up, the fun run, and you're going to be raising money for that wonderful charity. Tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, thanks, Rennie. Well, we launched our campaign yesterday on social media. I'm running this year with my fellow ambassador at Cure for CF, Callum Ferguson. So we have started training and we're aiming to raise $10,000 with our team. We know the City Bay is a fantastic, community event where everyone gets out and gets running. But also, there's a lot of people that raise money for various charities, through that event. So we're doing that again this year for Cure for CF, aiming to raise $10,000. And we've had fantastic teams in the past. Both Callum and I have had teams the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. My team a couple of years ago managed to raise about $25,000, which was absolutely amazing. Cure for CF do an incredible job in advancing life-changing research. So they're really focused on finding a cure for CF, finding better targeted treatments for those that are suffering. And I'm involved because I've got a wonderful friend of mine, Jan, who's got cystic fibrosis. And because of better treatments that have come along for some CF sufferers like Trikafta, he's actually in his 40s, relatively well compared to how sick he's been over time, and living past, what essentially was his use-by date, because a lot of CF sufferers don't live into their 40s. So, advancements in, medicines like Trikafta are helping so many more people live longer than they're expected. And we just want to find that cure. We want to find other treatments that are going to help more CF sufferers throughout time, because we've got 1 in every 2,500 births are babies born with CF in Australia. So it affects a lot more people than we think.
Well, I went to school with a very good friend of mine, probably the smartest guy I ever knew. His name was Daniel Guerra, passed away at age 27 because of cystic fibrosis. Yeah. Just so tragic and sad. Such a talented young guy, and, it was just awful.
Yeah, it is. It's horrible. And I guess growing up with Jan, knowing that, there were milestones that he may not reach in life, and now sort of seeing him thriving and being able to, look forward to the future and what that might bring for him is really fantastic. So we're just so behind trying to find a cure, and we would absolutely love people to get behind our run. We want people to join our team. We would love them to donate. We've had some incredible sponsors in the past, businesses that have got on board and sponsored our team too. So if you can donate, we'd love you to head to the website, or you can jump on my social media on Instagram. The links are all there, and sponsor me and Callum to run 12 kilometres. So we're hoping to get that done on September 20.
Well, I know you've really taken to your running, and you're a very accomplished runner now. You love it.
I'm so not though. This is terrible. I'm the worst imposter. I make it look like I'm a great runner, but I'm not. But I just love doing it, and there's even better reason, I think, because running's a mental game, isn't it? And I think if you've got a real reason to be doing it, it just kind of makes it a lot easier. So I've thrown myself into the city to Bay, but I've also silly me, I've signed up for the Barossa Half Marathon, which is in August as well. So that's 21.
Kate, that's awesome.
I know. So these are goals that I'm going to reach, but I love having a real reason to run, and City Bay is going to be fantastic for Cure for CF.
Well done, Kate. You're a gem.
How good is that? What do you like running-wise?
Okay, yeah, not as good as I used to be, but that's a fantastic initiative. Well done, Kate. We'll get on board with that, and I'm sure lots of our listeners will. Any tips for people getting into running? How do you get better at it?
Yeah, I think this is the thing. I'm really bad at pacing myself. I go too fast. So I think the key is to just really slow yourself down so you can build up the kilometres. So I've been told that if I can reach the 16 Ks, I'll be able to run the 21. And I think with the 12 Ks, I think if you can run about 8 to 10, then you're sweet on the day for 12.
Nice.
So,
just the adrenaline will get you past it.
Yeah, just build yourself up slowly over a few weeks.
Yep.
There's
like
some
anything.
great running plans on City Bay website as well that you can follow.
Kate, fantastic stuff from you. That's really inspiring. Really good work.
Thanks, guys.
Good stuff. Kate Collins there. She'll be back in the newsroom at 9 o'clock. A wonderful cause. Jump onto her Instagram and then you can follow the links. Run for Cystic Fibrosis. What a fantastic cause. Great work, Kate. We appreciate it. Time for a break. Before we get there, let's have a check of the traffic, and we will do that thanks to Louva House. Enjoy your outdoor area all year round with an opening and closing roof designed, manufactured and installed locally by Louva House.
Morning there at Crafers West. A breakdown to look out for this morning. She's on the freeway down track near the Crafers exit. Parklands, another breakdown now. This one's on Green Hill Road near Unley Road, and urgent electrical works at Belair to look out for. Belair Road near James Road. Camera, Arthur Street, Tranmere. The Target Big Brand Toy Sale and more is now on. Be quick. The Big Brand Toy Sale and more must end July 15 at Target. Shop in store and online. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The energy today, the amount of people who got up before dawn, walking 1 mile in the shoes of someone that has nothing.
Step up to end homelessness. Walk a mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
Efficient hot water system and take advantage of government incentives and free installation. Reduce your energy costs today with a heat pump from Right Price. Make the switch with Right Price Hot Water.
At Right Price, heating and cooling, you can get the price right at Right Price.
The most frustrating thing about having your car repaired after a collision can be the wait. Sometimes months. At Premier Panel Services, the wait is one thing you won't have to worry about. We've expanded our workshop and our highly skilled team. It means we're better equipped to deliver an outstanding outcome for you and your car. RAA and MTA approved, Premier Panel Services work with most insurance companies. So ask for Premier Panel Services and get back on the road sooner.
You've been the carer, the advocate, the constant, and you've done it out of pure love. But choosing specialist accommodation for your loved one isn't stepping back. It's one of the bravest things you'll ever do. Para Ability Community Care provides disability accommodation where every person is genuinely known, supported and cared for. We improve lives, and with our pack, you can go back to being the most important thing, the loving family member. Experience our kindness and connection. Visit ourpack.com.au.
Introducing Geely Mawson Lakes. Geely is the world's most exciting new automotive brand, bringing advanced technology, outstanding safety and exceptional value. And when it arrives, it matters who you buy it from. At Geely Mawson Lakes, you'll find an experienced team, the right vehicle with the right deal and advice. Backed by a trusted South Australian dealership group, we're proud to bring this new range to Adelaide's north. Geely Mawson Lakes, your new Geely destination, just a short drive from the city.
Hi, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar.
The government's Cheaper Home Battery program is still going, offering you significant savings for a battery storage system for your home or business. That's real savings back in your pocket. Discounts reduce over time, so the message is simple. The sooner you act, the better. Get in touch with SA's trusted team at NRG Solar. Visit nrgsolar.com.au and take control of your energy bills. NRG Solar, leading solar in SA.
Knock down, build two with Metro Homes. Sell one and move on. Keep the other as an investment. Metro Homes. They do it all for you.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Rehn and Ned McHenry.
We are well and truly on the home stretch here on 5AA Brekkie. Coming up to 8:56, it is time for a bit of fuel watch, and it's better to be a member with RAA Road Service. Solo, Port Adelaide, $1.55.5. That's unleaded. The Liberty at Seaford, also unleaded, $1.57.5. And you can find at United, the Summerton Park store, $1.59.5. Is that right, store? They're not stores, they're outlets, aren't they?
Whatever you like, Rennie, you're the boss.
Okay. And the diesel mobile at Blair Athol is $1.77.9. Do you take diesel or unleaded with yours?
I'm in a Toyota Tundra. I've got the unleaded going on, and I must say I've always been a diesel man, but
Yes.
I've been slowly converted.
Okay.
It's actually, the Toyota Tundra is a massive car, but it's cheaper to run than a lot of four-wheel drives.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, unleaded helps with
Unleaded's
that too.
cheaper. I do about 11, 12 litres per 100. Fantastic.
Okay. Excellent. Good work.
What's that cash for comments thing? How does that work?
Well, no, I asked you a question. It was unscripted,
Yeah, great.
unprompted.
Yeah.
Now, we've got some beer and barbecue tickets to give away, and we've got some prizes there this morning, and they go to Elaine and Craig for their wedding stories earlier in the program. So congratulations. Give us a call back, Elaine and Craig. You've won the double passes to the Beer and Barbecue Festival, which is this Friday.
Cracking stories. Can I just do a couple of texts? Just
Of course you
quickly.
can.
Nathan from Seaford Heights, he says, my phone's back up and running, boys. Good on you, Nathan. You're back in the mix, my friend. Happy
That's
to
good.
hear that. And no. Oh, no, it's Kim. She says, I couldn't get good morning this morning. Could you play it again? Thank you, Kim, because maybe the internet was down. Is that the song or something that happens in the morning?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Anyway, I should stop reading texts without reading them.
No,
But
we'll get onto that.
There's that many texts here, Rennie, and we're running out of time.
Well, we are done, Ned, but we're going to be back tomorrow. That's the good news.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully we didn't stuff it up so badly they tell us we can't come back.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not here tomorrow, you know what's happened. You're the safety net.
You
We'll
will
be fine.
definitely be here, Ned. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. We've had an absolute ball. Make sure you stay tuned, though. News is next with Kate Collins, all the sport with Corey Norris, and then Matthew Pantelis with Mornings. We've had an absolute ball. Catch you tomorrow, folks, here on 5AA Brekkie. See you then, Ned.
Coming up next on 5AA, the